everyone, welcome to the Space Viking Chronicles episode, I believe this is episode 7. We have a whole group of new characters to introduce, well, not a whole group, but 2 new characters to introduce to the story today, which are going to be very exciting. Today's going to be a really interesting story, not only because the story was already interesting because of how Valerian left off, but also because we're going to start off with a ton of donations that have already been brought together, so thank you to everyone who has donated. Before the show even has started, we're at $1,590 towards the kids of St Jude. So thank you so much. We're all doing this, for a good cause. So we really appreciate it. So to get things all the spiel away out of that first, if you are enjoying the stream, or if you start enjoying the stream as you're watching, please just hit the follow button. That helps support us quite a lot. You can retweet or follow us on Twitter and all of that jazz as well. I'm at Margaret Crone in all the places, except for YouTube, where Margaret Crone Plays, where we put up the YouTube videos, and you can watch all of our other videos over there. And then, of course, if you want to support the show itself, specifically this show, we would love if you would support us by clicking that, or typing !St Jude, or if you're watching on the YouTube, clicking that link below and donating. You are donating to an amazing cause. St. Jude does a lot more than just helping with cancer, but I think that's one of the major things that they do help with. And one of the things that I love about how they do things is that no family pays for anything, not a dime. You're not even paying for your dog to be taken care of. All you have to focus on is taking care of your child and making sure that they are cured. And I think that is kind of one of the coolest things about it. And not only that, but they share all of their data with the world. It's because they don't have to worry about donations for their science and knowledge. They get to just share it so we can help other people all around the world, which I think is awesome. And before I get emotional, how you can help and affect the game is by donating various different amounts. So if you do hit !St Jude, you'll see that there are various different rewards. $5 gets someone an inspiration. Make sure you let me know in the comments who the inspiration should go to. $10 is a natty 1 or natty 20. Make sure you let me know if it's a natty 1 or a natty 20 and who you'd like it to go to. If you want it to be random, I can randomize it too. Or if I don't see who it's to, I will just do randomness as well. $15 is for a wild magic, $20 for a magic item, and $30 for a threat. We almost had a TPK the other day, so it gets a little intense sometimes. But it's all for the kids, right? It's all for the kids. It's fine. So we're going to go around. We're going to introduce everybody. If you are a new player and you have not been introduced in this show, don't talk about your character yet. So we'll start with the 2 newcomers. We're going to start first with Rage Strike. Rage Strike, if you knew, he played Garrick in Season 1. And oh my gosh, I love that character so much.
Birdman.
Yeah, he became a Birdman. RNG just kept making him more into a bird. It was amazing. Don't talk about who you're playing today, but tell us a little bit about who you are and where people can find you at.
I'm a longtime subscriber and moderator for Margaret. And you can usually find me on Discord or Twitter at Rage Strike. And that's it.
Yeah. Also, Rage Strike does amazing photography, so definitely go check out his photos. He also posts them in our photo channel on Discord, so you can check out those sometimes. And then, of course, one of our newest members here as well, which is Eris. And I think you're even, Alaris, you're even new to the Space Vikings as a whole. Yeah.
Yes, my name is Alaris, and on Discord, Alaris, and on Twitter, it's Alaris22. See it down below. I've been a lurker for quite a while, just recently subscribed and joined Space Vikings after my friend Mal. So,
yay!
Really excited to be here.
Yeah, when Mal saw that you're joining, they're like, oh my gosh! So, yay! We're just growing. It's a happy family here. Awesome. I'm excited to meet your character. I know all about our character. It's really cute. And then, of course, we're going to go back around here. We have, Okathanis playing Brodalock. Brodalock has been through a lot in the last few episodes. So, of course, tell us where people can find you at, and then talk about, introduce us to Brodalock and his current arm and legless situation.
So, I am Kathanis. You can find me on Twitter at the Cathanis. You can find me on Twitch on Cathanis Gaming. You can find me on Facebook as just Cathanis, regular Cathanis.
I'm dead. Sorry.
Just gonna open this door right here and just. But yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Austin_Adkins. I know, there's no such thing as labeling branding for me. It's awful, but oh well. And yeah, so Brodaluk is a Minotaur zealot barbarian who worships the god Kiri-Jo-Lith, who is known as the Bison of Heaven. And he's what can I say? He's the Messiah. He can walk on water. He can turn water into wine. He is holy. He can jump from 80 feet in the air,
Something
and then
ridiculous,
and then just come down like fine, and then apparently turn it into a giant furry potato with horns. It's just what happens. And a tail. But yeah, currently Brodaluk is in the church, stewing about not losing his arms and legs, but apparently being immortal, and figuring out what that means for him, and just trying to see why Kiri-Jo-Lith, why is this happening? If it's his doing, if it's not his doing, see if his conviction and his prayers will Kiri-Jo-Lith, will stay true and reward him. If this is some foreign entity that is cursing him, he believes in. Gosh, dang it, Khan! Having a good beef stew there. But yeah, he's got a lot on his plate. He was being pretty badass, and then the word was like, "Hey, no! How about you stop and just think about your life for a second? Just ponder about the meaning of life and what it is to be a good person."
Yeah. So, like I said, Brodaluk's going through a lot right now.
It's a roller coaster of emotions.
And of course, moving on to our final player character for today, which is Valerian, who also has been going through an interesting storyline so far, and left off with a very cliffhangery ending for Valerian, which we're going to find out what that means for Valerian. So, of course, tell us, Mal, where people can find you at, and a little bit about your character.
Hey guys, I'm Mal. You can find me on Maggie's Discord as Mal. I'm on Twitter a bit, thanks to Maggie, as Mal2103. I'm Mal2103 on Twitch as well, and I'm Mal on Battle.net. But if you want to add me in Battle.net to play WoW or something, just hit me up on Discord. But I play Valerian DuPont. He is a tiefling warlock. He's from the noble house of the DuPont family. Blah blah blah. He's made a contract, and he may or may not like where this contract has led him. Mainly on the latter, not liking it. Right now, I'm in quite a bit of a pickle, as I don't know what Maggie has planned for me after surrendering to not have the rest of the party killed.
Yeah, in the middle of a battle that didn't need to be a battle per se. But I don't think the other people knew. They didn't know that what was happening, did they?
Well, you see a lady in the center of the town square summoning Minotaur skeletons from the ground, and townspeople running away. You kind of assume things, so you have to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. Okay. Which takes us perfectly to the start of today's episode. We have a world where basically it's a persistent world, and the players start kind of in the same area usually. Today's episode was going to start in a little bit differently, but the main city in this world is called Highhelm, and Highhelm is the center city. It has these big, huge, beautiful spiral buildings. It has, at the center is like this gorgeous church that is the sanctum for a helm, and surrounding it are these lovely shops and some smaller churches, as well as some inns and things of that sort. And then as you go into the outskirts of the town, you slowly get into more of a residential area where there's little houses, and then as you go further out, there's farms and so on and so forth. And today's episode is going to start underground, deep within the core of the world around you, and this is specifically going to be Valerian. You feel the warmth and heat of the ground touching you. The walls themselves are like this molten lava looking feeling, and you can feel the heat. And maybe you're sweating, or maybe this is familiar to you and you're okay with how warm it is in this area. And you see before you a door. The lady that was holding your hand, smiling at you, grinning. The two of you are still holding hands. There's a minotaur skeleton following closely behind the two of you, and she walks you through this gate. The gate in front of you is like this very intricate looking gate. If you play, wow, it's kind of like a warlock gate. Huh,
oh
interesting.
no.
Yeah, it looks kind of like that. It's this very intricate, beautiful black gate that has like these red lava markings on them, and in the center is this black portal. And the two of you walk through it, and this warmth tingles over your body as you walk through it, and you step in. And before you is this very large throne room. The throne room itself is kind of like this red color. All around you, you see like these red colors that are lining the ground and the walls, and it looks like they're made out of some kind of like obsidian or some kind of interesting stone that is red for some reason. There are these tapestries that are hung along the walls, these long walls, and next to the two thrones are these large tapestries as well, and they're all black, and they hold a symbol on them, a symbol that you probably have seen before, but maybe not everyone else. And sitting on the throne is this large creature that looks like some kind of demon. It is black, and it has red eyes, and it looks feminine. And sitting next to them is kind of a smaller creature. Looks very similar to them, but not as feminine. Sorry, a cat just knocked something over. I have no idea if you heard that or not.
Oh no.
People in the stream might not have heard it because I think my noise gate is good enough, but they all heard it. Yeah, it's a smaller looking demon, and it looks more masculine than feminine. And the chair that it's sitting in maybe it looks like it might be the heir to the throne. And you walk in and walk forward. The lady that was holding your hand is no longer holding your hand, and she's not actually there. You were holding her hand when you walked through the portal, and now that you're through the portal, you are alone.
So just to clarify, this is a demon or a devil? Or would I know that? Well,
I don't know if you would know that.
Okay.
If you want to roll something to see if you know, we can do that.
All right. What should I roll?
All right. I feel like that's a knowledge thing. Probably like history, maybe, or yeah, probably history makes the most sense.
Sure.
Maybe I don't think it's nature.
Ha.
A lot of people do religion for that kind of thing.
Pretty great. What'd you say?
A lot of people do religion for that sort of thing.
Yeah,
I don't know why, but
religion could work too. I think like history, religion. I think nature doesn't make a lot of sense, but history or religion makes sense to me. I would allow either. But with the 21 in history, yeah, you think that this is a devil.
All right. And you said the symbol was familiar to me?
Mm-hmm. It is the one you made a deal with.
All right. Valerian would just walk forward and stand in front of the throne. It won't say anything, letting the figure speak first.
Do you do anything like bow or anything of that sort, or do you just kind of like walk up and stand there?
Oh, he'll walk up quite confidently, and he'll put his hands behind his back, and just stand.
Confidence, yeah. I'm here. What's up? What you want, sir? Yeah, this booming voice kind of comes forward, and it feels like they're all around you, and it says, "You broke our contract." And before you scrolls down a contract that appears in front of you.
Okay.
Shows your signature.
Yeah.
In
Would
your
I
blood.
know?
Below it, your sister's signature with her blood.
Yep. What exactly? I assume Valeria knows what the contract says. What is the?
Well, what did you want out of it? Because you got what you wanted out of it, and then on the other end of it, you promised that you would help them in doing a task, and you were assigned a task, and you did not do your task.
Oh, Twitch chat. So, hold on. Sorry. This is think a bit.
Yeah, no problem. And the task that you were assigned with was aiding the Frost King, the Frost Giant King.
Is there a specified duration?
Yes.
How long was the duration?
10 years.
Oh, god damn it.
That's why you read the fine print.
No, the contract I signed was that.
Was what?
Okay, to be fair, I guess that falls under what I signed.
Valerian's like, okay, fine.
You got. So. Valerian would just look straight at the figure. The contract I signed was to serve you, not Frost Giant.
Letters in the contract light up, and basically those say that you will aid aid the devil in whatever tasks it desires, and in return, you will get what you want. I'm not gonna share that with the audience. You get to keep that a secret. But I think on their end, they say back to you after those words light up. It says, "By serving the Frost Giant, you serve me. Everyone must do their task. I followed through with my end of it. I gave you what you wanted, and your sister." In fact, your sister is doing very well. Unlike you. Very unfortunate. I think we should amend this contract. Change it.
What do you propose?
Well, you're not much of a bargainer, are you? You're just going to give me what I want, then.
I'm asking what you want, not giving it to you.
Your soul. It's what I've always wanted. It's what I wanted in the beginning.
I have... Valerian frowns and shakes his head. I've already promised you that, haven't I?
For a brief time. And you see an image of yourself, but it's not you. But it looks like you and feels like you. You feel this presence. And it's kind of like a little cauldron type of thing that's to the right of you.
Does it do anything, or?
It just looks like you, and you can feel you feel like part of you is missing, and when you look at it, you feel like that's part of you that is not. Like the two of you are separated. I can make you one. Just give in. I can give you powers. Just give me your soul. A little longer.
I've already said you could have my soul when I am through of this mortal plane.
But I want it now. For eternity.
Surely a being that exists for all eternity can wait a few years.
I am patient. But my patience dwindles when there's failure involved. I can keep your soul. And we can get rid of your body now, then. You've already broken the contract. I'm giving you an opportunity to keep that fleshy body that you so desire for a little longer.
And what does this opportunity entail?
Like I said, I want your soul now.
Oh.
Part of you that makes you care about the mortals around you.
So, sorry, out of like, she's asking for my soul now. Well, that will just go, right? Or how does that work?
You don't know.
Okay.
You can roll me a religion or a history, maybe.
This is so good. I'm so dead.
I was gonna say medicine.
So I think with the 16, you've maybe heard stories, especially since you're going with history, not religion. You've maybe heard stories of devil creatures and people giving their souls for power. Usually these people lose like a part of them that makes them human.
Yeah.
And I think you maybe don't know exactly what she's offering you per se, you know? But you do gather that she wants to take more from you than she took before.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what those things are if you agree to it.
Oh yeah. Just sign before reading.
And she's the worst. Oh yeah, she's not a good person. She's the devil.
What are you talking about? She's the best.
What does Valerian say?
Well, I deal's a deal. I concede. And I agree to your terms.
Very well. I like this. She kind of like puts her hands together, and you can see like she's got these like long claws, and she looks gross. And she like licks her lips, and she has this long like lizardy tongue. And the contract before you changes. And there's a quill there for you to sign again.
Can I read the contract?
Yeah, you can read the contract.
What does it say?
It basically says that, like, I, Valerian, your full name, DuPont, agree to the following terms, and it goes on to say that you will provide your soul in return. She will allow you to keep your human form, but you will continue to what do you call it? Not work. What's the word that I'm trying to say? It's not work.
Serve?
Serve, yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Serve, and it has her name. But I don't want to share her name right now. But you know her name.
Yeah.
Gwendola.
Margaret.
All right.
And there's a line for you to sign. And a
Yes.
quill that's there.
Valerian will take the quill, and sign his name.
As you hold the quill, you feel this pain within your hand as it pierces into your finger, and blood seeps into the quill. You sign. And your blood hits the paper. And the paper kind of shimmers when you lift the quill off, and the quill disappears. And the scroll, or the paper scrolls, tightens and seals, and it disappears. And you can see like the cauldron thing that had like a piece of you that you saw. It walks closer to you. It like steps out of the cauldron and walks towards you. It kind of lumbers towards you, almost like if you saw an undead and how an undead would walk. And it hits your body as you become one with it. And you feel this power. You will actually level up to level 6. If you get another level in this level, you will be 7.
Oh, hell yeah.
But
Should have sold my soul a long time ago.
But you are... Where's your alignment changes? And you are now evil.
Oh, okay.
So you're Maya.
The merging is complete.
And
I have work to
I
do
think
then.
that we're gonna have to work on your so all of your personality traits, ideals. Your bond will probably stay similar, but it will probably change a bit to fit that you know, the continuity of your alignment.
Sure.
And maybe your flaw might change a little bit. But you can go ahead and write those and make those changes as we're doing this episode. Sweet. Awesome. Okay. So Valerian, time passes, and you continue to work and serve this creature, and there is now a task that it has for you. It wants you to go back to the Frost Giant King because that is where it needs your aid most.
Press a button. Okay.
You are with 4 other frost giants, and in front of you, you guys you're like pushing this cage of people, and 3 of those people are Brodalock.
Oh, okay.
I think it's Thaddeus? Yeah, Thaddeus and Bubbles are all in this. You're all unconscious right now, but just so you all know, that's what's happening. You aren't pushing the cart probably. It's probably 2 frost giants that are pushing these carts. The 2 frost giants are pushing the cart, and there's one standing next to you. Maybe there's like some small talk between all of you that happens. And as you get to the entrance of the Frost Giants, the Frost King's lair, you can see that there's been some changes that are made. Some of the entrances are a little bit more boarded. There are guards now on duty there. Some of the plates with the gemstones now are a different color, so it looks like maybe they changed the locks. Yeah, you end up going through. The first area that you end up in is the area that you're all too familiar with. You can see there are 3 cages in this room that are before you, and your job is to put the prisoners in the cages.
Do I just press a button and they go in, or?
I think when you first come in, it's kind of like one of those things where there's like this cultist that kind of comes in and it cleanses or like resolves any weird things that they might have on them that makes them powerful.
Oh yeah.
I think they're not too concerned with too many things, but the first thing that happens is you actually notice anyone that has who has a form that isn't their natural form changes. So whenever this cultist does this chant, there's like this one creature who was laying there who looked like an alligator and changes back into its human form. So maybe it was like a mage or something, or some type of druid. You're not sure. And then Brodalock. Brodalock's arms and legs reform.
Oh.
And I don't think Bubbles or Thaddeus are wearing some kind of like illusion or anything of that sort. Nope. You're all natural. Yeah, so those things you notice change.
Sure. So they're in a different cage and I have to put them in another one or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they're all unconscious.
Yes.
I assume, like, since time has passed, I've done this before already, or?
For you, I think you kind of get to, like, maybe boss the others around, so you're kind of telling the Frost Giants what to do.
Alright, yep. And the purpose of them being in cages is still the same?
Yep. Nothing has changed. That you know.
So I'll point at the 2 Frost Giants. You 2, put the prisoners in the other cage. Get the process moving. We need to finish this batch as soon as possible. We're already behind schedule. Yeah,
and they do as you say. They start putting the people in. They kind of toss people here, toss people there, and the 3 of you all end up in a cage together. There's also another gentleman that's in there with you, and across the way there are 2 others that are thrown into another cage. And then the Frost Giants kind of come back, close the gate, and the 5 of you walk away. We're gonna pan to the 3 of you after some time passes. There's probably roughly maybe 4 or 5 hours passed from that time, so you've been kind of zonked out. When you awaken, you feel like someone has drugged you. Like, you wake up and vision's blurry, your head's dizzy. It's like, you know, if you're hungover almost. But I'm sure many of you maybe haven't drank, or maybe you did, and you wake up and you think like, oh, I'm wasted. I don't know what type of character you are. You decide however you would react. But as you awaken, we are gonna have a little bit of wild magic fun. So I think our lovely new Bubbles. Describe what you look like first.
Okay, so Bubbles, if she's standing straight up, is about 6 feet tall. She has green, scaly skin. She's a lizard folk, and she has sort of pinkish orange frills on the back of her head. And she is a cleric.
And how does Bubbles react to waking up?
She's very lethargic. It's cold in here. So she was probably in a much warmer place before.
It's very cold. It's like freezing here. Roll me a little survival. And then roll me 2d10,000s.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
2 1d10,000s. Okay, 18. Pretty good.
D10 1000.
1d, so r/r space 1d 10,000. And then do that twice. I know, Frank. There's more coming. You gotta space them out, you know.
These are pretty high.
Ooh. Yeah, the higher the rolls, the more dangerous they are. Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna hold that one for myself for a moment. What type of character is Bubbles? Like, what's your like the core of what Bubbles believes?
She doesn't really look too much further into the future other than what she needs present. She did a bit of searching, going on a hermitage, and she just wants to better herself. And she's actually grown a little bit more fond of the soft bodies, different humanoids.
Good to know. And the final one. Everyone around. So I think this even includes you, Mel. And so all three of you, all four of you, plus all of the frost giants around, all are now carrying these large discs carved out of stone.
In our hands.
Yeah, just a large disc appears, carved out of stone.
What's their diameter?
Can I carry this? Is this?
Oh, it's small discs. Sorry, small.
Oh, okay.
I would say probably, maybe, I don't know, like that big, like 3 inches by 3 inches.
All right. Is this disc remarkable in any way?
No.
Made out of stone?
Mm-hmm.
Metal?
It's made out of stone.
Bubbles kind of just looks over it and might be thinking, I could turn this into something. Some bones, some leather.
And then we've got Thaddeus over there. When you
Yes.
awaken, what's your reaction?
I look around confused, and I then want to use my divine sense to immediately figure out what's going on.
Okay. Roll that. Toss it in chat.
I can figure it out. Hold on. Divine sense. Do I just click it like that? Does that do anything?
Yeah. There you go. Read it off for us.
The presence of strong evil registers on my senses like a noxious odor. The powerful good rings like heavenly music in my ears. In action, you can open your awareness to detect such forces. Until the end of your turn, you know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet of you that is not behind cover. You know the type, celestial, fiend, or undead, of any being whose presence you sense, but not its identity. For example, like vampire court or whatever. You also detect the presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated, as with the Hollow spell.
Hmm. Okay. You can feel something right in front of you. There feels
Okay.
like, yes, you sense some type of evil in front of you.
Okay, so I smell like a noxious odor.
Yeah. You smell multiple nauseous odors. Yeah.
I'm like in a dump.
Yeah, it smells gross. It's intense. Let's see. I think that's kind of like the main thing that you're probably sensing.
Doesn't
Okay.
hear any good ringings of heavenly music in his ears.
No heavenly music in his ears whatsoever.
I say, by St Jude, what the heck is this? And I throw it.
The disc, you throw the disc? Where do you throw the disc at?
Just away.
Okay, just away. Is it
Yeah.
still inside of the
I don't know.
jail cell that you're in, or did you or like the crate that you're in, or did you throw it out?
I throw it like it's a dirty diaper.
Okay. All right. Roll me a strength check to see how far you throw it. Athletics.
All right.
Please hit me. Please hit me.
Okay. You don't throw it very far. You throw it, but it doesn't go very far. And then, what do you look like? I don't know if we described that yet.
All right. So, well, do I have any armor, or am I just...
You have all your
Like, what
stuff
am
on
I-
you.
Okay. So you see an armored chainmail with a shield and a halberd and a light hammer. A gnome paladin who's 3 feet tall, has a very short beard
Adorable.
because he's young. He's only 32, and gnomes don't reach adulthood till 40. So he's like a teenager gnomes. Yeah, and that's it. And he looks very disgusted right now, like visually sick.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. Ooh, and I get a nat 20. Thank you. Thank you to Khan for the nat 20. I will take note that I have a nat 20. Lovely. You see before you Bubbles, something dark kind of coming from you, and when you look down you can see your shadow, but when you look, roll me a perception check. This is for Bubbles.
Sorry about that. Perception.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. You don't have advantage on that. You're just... Okay. I can fix your guys' sheets for that. Ooh, with a 10. Yeah, you just see, like, your shadows on the ground. Find the, there we go, query advantages. Now you should be good. Then rage strike, you need that.
What?
I'm just gonna change it so it queries advantages instead of like auto rolling advantages for you. There you go. Yeah. Cool. And think that's kind of what happened so far. I'm just waiting on someone else to answer me a question asked in chat. Frank, read my question. Yeah. And what about you, Brodalok? When you awaken, what's your reaction? And you hear this gnome kind of saying this, like, what the heck is this thing?
What? What? Am I a drug me? Am I? Where? What? Holy shit! What? Looking at his arms. That he has his arms and his feet back.
Yep.
What? Who the hell are you guys? What is going on?
I come up to you and like, oh good, you're awake. I'm Thaddeus Lighthammer. I was on my way, dispatched by my order, to find out about a church or a orphanage that has been burnt down, and then I find myself in here. Do you have any ideas where we are, how we got here?
Bubbles will kind of come over, and she seems pretty slow and is about to fall back to sleep.
Not a morning person, are you?
It's cold. It's too cold.
Yeah, the other two of you roll survival.
Oh, me as well.
And,
Okay.
and if you have something that gives you advantage in being in cold atmospheres, let me know.
Do I? I don't know if I do. Let me check my character sheet. I don't think I do. But I do have 9 squatters.
You do have 9 squatters.
I just love that I see my character sheet. I have 9 squatters. Like, yes.
You don't have 9 squatters. 9 squatters are living in your home. Back home.
Fair. I do not own them yet.
Yet. That's the keyword.
Yeah, no, I don't think I get anything. So just regular old
It's a good
survival.
old survival.
Well, I know how to English. There's my S's.
Brodalok, you're feeling great. Doesn't feel that cold to you.
It's on my fur. On the fur
Thaddeus,
muscle.
you are really cold. You're freezing. You're freezing your little tiny gnome tush off. And there will be repercussions if you continue to not keep yourself warm.
Okay.
Oh, I guess you guys. Yeah, I'm used to not being cold. I have all this fur.
Can I start a fire?
you can surely
And a
try.
cage.
I have a tinder box. And
Small one. What are you doing?
oh, I'm just making a fire.
In this small cage? In this wooden cage?
Yeah, I have a box of tinder.
It's not wooden. It's the bars are made out of some kind of really heavy, maybe metal of some sort.
In this metal cage where it'll get hot and will burn us?
Yes.
Ah, they're already cooking themselves. Perfect.
That is not the best idea.
Perfect.
I think before we decide to forego our lives and burn ourselves, we should try to get out of here first and figure out what's going on.
Rage Strike, roll me 2 1d10,000s as you light this tinder.
Uh-oh. Also, Maggie, is it not magical ice? The cage?
It is magical ice. But to them it looks like some kind of like weird metal. That was 1d10,000? That's really low.
Start doing push-ups to keep warm. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, interesting. You can add this to your sheet. That's kind of cool. You can be injured, but not killed by any bludgeoning weapon. Keep that in mind.
Nice.
That's
So you
pretty
can-
handy.
You can beat yourself to almost death. And then
Alright, let me find a mace real quick. Just kidding.
the perfect torture weapon now.
Are you wearing a helmet or anything of that sort?
No.
What are you wearing on your body again? Just armor?
It's just chainmail.
Anything else?
No, just the starting equipment. Equipment. Let's see.
Maggie,
Amulet, backpack, bedroll, chainmail, clothes
Okay.
common.
You decide if you have your helm on, like, because chainmail doesn't count for helm, but you can have a helm on if you want.
Chainmail works then. Yeah, your chainmail begins just bleeding profusely.
Maggie, Grant.
Yeah, I
said
know,
that
but it's
the-
too late. So
Oh, okay, yeah.
yeah, it didn't. It did. It said newcomers. So there's 2 new people. So it will be dispersed amongst them.
I'll start taking it off, thinking I'm injured.
Okay, you start. Are you gonna stop making your fire then?
Oh, I thought I already made it, because...
No, I was saying you were starting to make it, and then this
Oh.
is what happened.
Well... You tell me, do I notice it before I
Oh
finish?
yeah,
making
you
the
noticed
fire?
before. This is all happening before, or whilst you are like in the process of starting said fire. Now it
Okay.
looks like you're just bleeding profusely from your armor. Your armor itself looks like it's bleeding profusely.
Okay. I start taking off my armor.
Do
and I
we
start
see
like
this?
screaming.
Yeah,
and
you all
stuff.
see it.
Oh,
I'm like freaking out.
where the hell are we? Why? I don't. This place is so weird. First, my arms and legs come back. Now this guy is bleeding out of everything. Are you okay, new lizard friend? I don't know I know Thaddeus. What is your name?
My name is Bubbles. That's what some soft bodies have called. And she takes out her bag and she pulls out the bedroll and kind of undoes it and holds it over to Thaddeus
Do you?
as he's taking off his chainmail.
I try to help him, like try to hold the chainmail, like grossly.
Everyone's trying to derobe the gnome. Okay.
Just the chainmail.
It's the chainmail. Okay. You're keeping everything else on.
My common clothes, yeah.
Yeah, you all. It's gonna take it takes 10 minutes or so, but you take off all the armor, and now the armor is laying there next to you, and you're checking your body. I'm assuming that Bubbles is checking as well, just because Bubbles is that's what Bubbles.
Her tongue might flick out and taste the air around the blood to see if it's maybe gnome blood. If he's
Oh, that's weird.
checking.
Roll me a medicine check.
Oh, that's weird.
I'm like, I don't know what goes with this. I guess medicine check.
Taste check.
The blood on the armor. So you notice that Thaddeus is actually not bleeding. It looks like Thaddeus is fine. He's in good health with a 17. But the armor itself is bleeding, and when you taste the blood or around it, it tastes very like almost like irony. Like it tastes like metal. But it doesn't taste like gnome, I guess, necessarily. It's weird. It tastes weird. It tastes like no blood you've ever tasted before, but very metally. Not like ionized or iodine or whatever. It's like metal and tingy.
She kind of wipes her tongue on her leather cape and shakes her head.
So you just. So how did you all get here? This is a lot to process right now. This guy's armor's bleeding. We've got all this going on, and I don't know the first thing about how any of us got here.
I already told you that. I don't know. I start making my fire.
All three of you remember the last thing that you were doing. So whatever it was that you were last doing, that's what you remember. And you remember, and now you feel groggy and you waken. It feels like you've been drugged or something.
Oh no, Charles, my war pony.
Oh.
I start crying while I'm making my fire.
Oh.
Bubbles goes over to your shoulder and goes, there.
Yeah, you go over and you touch him and you say there and roll me 4 1d10,000s.
Oh my god.
Yay!
Welcome to the game! You're being pelted with wild magic! Yay!
Hooray!
You lose all your arms and legs.
There's potential you could lose all your arms and legs.
Oh boy, that one's really high.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
That's almost the destroy the world one.
Wait, what?
That's all I know. Is like one of the things. I think it's 10,000. Is the world blows up.
Wait. What the fuck?
I'm not going to tell you this one, but I'm going to.
Oh, those are the best. Oh, Frank said the sun blows up, not the world. So you might have the sun blow up.
I'm pretty sure the sun blowing up encompasses the world.
I mean,
Yeah,
you're not wrong.
Depends on how close the world is to the sun. Okay, let me get the next one. I'm not going to tell you the first one. Roll me 1d6.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Womp womp.
For 4 hours, this happens. You're like saying there, and all of a sudden, anyone who's looking at you, your snout where your mouth is just disappears.
Oh.
What is
It
what?
vanishes for
Aw.
4 hours.
Yes,
Dad,
it is.
Is she still making a sound or?
Still talk.
And then this is just something that you get that happens. Wait, did I put the wrong. No, I put the right thing. Whenever you're barefoot, you get +2 armor class bonus.
Oh,
just
So-
never wear your shoes.
Right there, right there.
I don't wear shoes.
Then you get +2 armor class bonus.
Wow, specially tailored for the lizard.
I wish wait, I don't wear any armor. Damn it. Why did I get that one?
Oh no. I think the closest person to you is probably Thaddeus, right? Because you're touching Thaddeus.
Oh no. Yeah.
Thaddeus, roll me a death save.
What?
Yeah.
A death save.
Yeah, a death save. So there's like a little
What?
death. It says death save. Just click that.
Where is it at?
It's in the middle of your sheet, so
I think
it'll
I
be. Oh, you see it.
Right.
Don't tell me.
What the
Don't
fuck?
tell me.
You touch Thaddeus and you say, there, it's gonna be okay.
Oh,
Your mouth slowly disappears, and Thaddeus, your body and limbs slowly turn to paper mache until you are just a paper mache version of Thaddeus.
Wait, what?
Am I still sentient?
Ah. It says someone nearby must save versus death or become a paper mache statue. So I think you're just a paper mache statue for now.
The frost giants.
There
can't
is a
eat
way
that.
to disable this with the dispel magic. It's high enough level.
Valerian's watching this, right?
No, you're not in this room with them.
Oh, okay.
Alright, I got a question.
Okay, what's your question?
I start fire.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get to that.
yeah, I have a question. Yeah, can I roll a new character?
The paper mache falls onto the fire.
We'll get to that. I'm gonna give Bubbles a moment. So
Oh no.
that's what happens, Bubbles, in front of you. And then before you touched him and said that, we had So I'll draw out the scene. We have Brodalok going, what the heck is happening here? This place is so weird. We have Thaddeus crying, and he's like, Charles, my war pony. And he's like starting a fire, and then you're like, there, it's gonna be okay. And your nose disappears, and then slowly Thaddeus just turns into paper.
What did you do to him? I guess it's a good thing he didn't start a fire now, because he'd be, all burnt up.
If there's any fire or embers...
Fire is starting, and part of Thaddeus' hands are lighting on fire.
I stomp it out my hoof.
I move him away from the fire.
Okay.
Stomp it out with my hoof.
Okay, fire's gone.
She'll be holding Thaddeus, and she'll look over to Brodalok. There's no pulse. Is he... I don't know.
Roll me a medicine.
Is he a paper?
He's a paper.
Yeah, he there's no pulse, and he looks like he's made out of paper. He's not a human anymore. You can tell. He looks like a statue, like a paper mache statue.
Sorry.
Yes. She'll make sure that he's away from the fire.
I guess just put him in your pocket for safekeeping for now, to make sure he doesn't, become, stepped on or on fire. I don't know what else to do, really. This place is full of weird shit. He mentioned that, the orphanage that burned down, and I repaired that orphanage because all of a sudden golems were coming out of it, and rock spikes were flying everywhere, and then demons were coming out of nowhere. This is a very weird place you all have come to. Yeah, it's not good. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's not good.
Really selling it, Brodalok.
Hey, I'm a realist. I'm trying to save them, all right? I'm trying to save their souls.
He's like, just give up now. The world sucks.
But Kiri Joe Lift can save you. Yeah, you all have come to a very dangerous place, and even more dangerous now because we don't know where we are. Do I see the frost giants around me?
Yeah, so there is one standing over, so there's a cage on the left and a cage on the right, and you're on the left side. There's another cage on the right, and in the middle is a little hallway, and at the end of the hallway is one of the frost giants standing there. It looks just like it's standing there very still. It's staring forward. And then there's two next to the door.
And we have these bastards to deal with now. I don't know what's going on here. I've never been to this place. Last thing I know, I was at the church and I was armless and legless, and trust me, I know. And a person named Maya was giving me shit, and
he's giving you shit.
It's you don't know.
Why would someone give someone poop? I do not understand.
it's a.
We do not eat feces in our culture.
It's a saying, meaning that they are giving you a hard time. They are making fun of you. They are demeaning you.
It wasn't a threat to your safety, was it?
Kind of. Yes and no.
I would take offense.
Oh, I was this close to goring them, so. But I really couldn't. Now all of a sudden I have my arms and legs back, and I don't. Then this little guy turned to even a smaller guy and is made of paper. And then your mouth's gone. I don't know if you knew that, but your mouth's gone.
Yeah, you go to touch your snout and it's not there.
Yeah, this is a weird place. I wish I had better news for you, but I'm as lost as you are, and I don't know what to do. I mean, I could try to break these bars, but do I even have my axe on me?
Yeah, you have all your stuff.
Oh, cool. How big is the cage?
Pretty big. It's probably 20 foot by 20 foot.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay. I'm gonna take my axe out, look at the cage, and I guess I'll just try to swing at one of the bars.
Yeah, go for it. Roll me your attack. Oh yeah, they get tossed with all their stuff. None of them. We've been here in these cages before. If you've watched a previous episode, you'll know why they're tossed here with all their stuff. I like how Mel just waves. Yeah, it's 24. Roll me your damage. This is an intense hit, right? It's you do a pretty solid slashing damage, and you hit this. Nothing happens.
Well, this isn't gonna break anytime soon with this. I honestly don't know what to do here. This has been a really, really weird few days. I'm trying to process it right now, and you go to sleep, well, you get knocked out with no arms and legs, and all of a sudden you wake back up with arms and legs, and you're underground.
I'd like to leave this place as much as you.
What do you do? Are you like good at the magic? Are you strong? Are you quick?
I can heal.
Well, that's first.
I take care of those who are ill.
That's also first.
Oh. Oh. Goodness.
Mm.
So the bars are metal, correct?
They look metal to you. If you want to inspect them, like investigation, you can do that.
Yeah, she'll wander over, kind of keeping an eye on.
You did see Brodalock take like this very hefty swing at them with his axe, and nothing happened. Yeah, they look like. You go over and do you like lick them or something? Is that what you do?
No, she's
Please.
touching them with her.
That's a medal,
Okay.
yup.
Okay. Yeah, you're touching them with your like claws, and they feel like some kind of weird metal, and when you scratch at them, little bits come off. They feel like maybe ice shards, metal ice shards, and then it heals up in the space that you like clawed at.
She'll turn around and shake her head.
What'd you find out?
They're hard.
I mean, yeah.
Bubbles isn't very bright.
They're hard.
Well, maybe maybe these guys will know what to do. Hey! I just haul over to one of the giants.
You shout hey, and actually the one that's down the hall marches forward, but it doesn't turn towards you. The other two at the door look forward. The one that's marching forward kind of like keeps marching. It goes past you. You can say something.
Are you just gonna ignore me? You just gonna keep walking? I mean, what?
A door
Okay.
slides open, and you can see some other maybe two more of these creatures step in. When they step in, the other two on the sides go in through the door, and the one that was standing there kind of stands off to the side and waits. You see another creature that doesn't look like a frost giant walk in. You might I don't know if you'll recognize them, Brodalock. I think you might know. Have you met
Oh
Valerian
yeah,
before?
I met Valerian. Yeah,
You
I remember
see
I fought
Valerian. You see Valerian walk in and another frost giant. And the 3 that were in the room originally are gone. And now it's like another shift has come in. The one frost giant walks all the way to the end. And now the 2 on guard are the frost giant and Valerian. Valerian, I don't know if you want to describe what your character looks like to these other 2 characters who are new.
Yep. So Valerian walks in. Yeah, he's standing like, look, he has like an air of like command among the frost giants, you could say. Like, he looks confident and in charge. He's walking with his hands behind his back. He has ice blue skin, very light blue. His eyes are, sorry, just filling up notes. His eyes are light gray, almost like ice. He has white hair that ends down to his shoulders, very neat and straight. The 2 horns protrude from his forehead, just straight up. Stands about like 5'10", and he's wearing very like, it's not flashy, but it looks very high quality robes. They're dark blue or black, you know, in those colors. And he has like a crystal orb on his belt. And he's... Sorry.
You can keep describing. You can keep describing your character.
Yeah, I'm a tiefling. And yeah, that's pretty much how Valerian looks like. So he walks up and like he'd take a glance at the cage, and he'd pause for a moment. Would I know that there's supposed to be a gnome there? Like,
Yeah.
I would assume when I...
Yeah, you put one in there.
Yeah. Like, Valerian will walk up to the cage, and he'd like look at Brodalock, recognizing him from the battle a few weeks back, and he just sighs. Of all the people.
Gotta thinking the same thing.
Where's the gnome?
I literally don't know. He was here and now he's not.
Roll an insight check. Roll a deception. Valerian, he's lying. He knows where the gnome is. Brodalock, I think like you're like, oh no.
I mean, literally, I'm just like
you say that, but you're like looking in the direction you last saw him.
Is he like looking at the lizard?
Yeah.
You. Valerian like pauses for a moment. Dragon? Oh no, lizard. Where's the gnome?
He's no longer alive.
No longer.
Insight check, Mal.
I like how she's not lying though. Like,
No, she doesn't have to roll anything.
Yeah.
You think she's lying. You think she knows something that she's not telling the truth, like
No more. Come on, chat. You're better than this. Stan, look. You're better than this.
He's no more. Oh my god.
he's no more.
You're better than this, Stan. Don't do that. So, wait. So I know she's lying.
You
Or I
think
she's lying?
you think she's lying. She's not. Out of character. We all know she's not. But in character, you think she's lying.
If you don't tell me where he is, I'll cast both of you into the fire pits this instant. Now tell me.
Roll me intimidation with advantage, and then also roll me a perception check. And then I guess roll me a will save. Bubbles?
Will see.
It's wisdom.
Yeah, wisdom save, sorry.
Nope.
You're scared, Bubbles. He's scary.
Her frills stick out and her
Oh.
mouth opens. And she kind of punches
We don't
over
see her
with
mouth
it.
open. Her mouth is not there.
But if she did, that's what you would say.
Where's your mouth? Does she say anything?
She just shakes her head. She'll turn around. Well, no, she'll probably keep her eye on you, and she'll back up to Thaddeus and pick up the statue and hold it up for you
Now
to see.
you can see that there's this. It looks. Roll me perception, I guess, maybe? Make the most sense for
Okay.
this. Yeah. The other perception was for something else, but you didn't see it, so it's fine. Yeah, it looks like a paper mache statue. It does look like a gnome.
It's really sad.
It looks like, yeah, it looks really sad. It looks really sad.
You expect me to believe that a piece of paper is the gnome?
So you're telling me that you've been here this long and not noticed all this crazy shit happening here, and all of a sudden, a fucking paper mache gnome is not normal. Like, we woke up, I had my arms and legs back, and then this little guy just turned to a smaller paper guy of himself.
You've always had arms and legs, Brodalock. Are you drunk?
No, I did not have arms and legs. They were taken away from me, and now they're back.
What? Like, Valerian just shakes his head in confusion.
Brodalock, roll me a persuasion with advantage. You're getting advantage for your situation.
Glad it was with advantage, because that was a natural one.
Yeah, that's Brodalock's pretty you think maybe he's not telling a lie, and you know him.
For sure.
He's not the kind he's not really the kind to really lie about that kind of stuff, perhaps.
Yeah, we woke up, don't know where we are. Hi, by the way. And there's and now it's just this thing that we almost caught on fire, so you're welcome for that.
Do I like believe that that's the gnome that I'm looking for? These are not
That's up to
gnomes.
you.
His name's Thaddeus. I don't know his last name, but
I do not need to know his name.
in case you were wondering, that's what his name is. In case it's like on a sheet you need to check off.
I just need to know that there's a gnome here, and all I see is a piece of paper that looks like a gnome.
I mean it is. You can keep saying that it's not him, but it's not going to change it. That it's him. If you want to have someone dispel magic on him or whatever, there you go, and you'll see it's him.
If you are lying, both of you, well, all three of, well, no, since if you are lying, he won't be here. Both of you will die extremely painfully. And like Valerian turns around and he walks out the door. I'm gonna go look for the guy who does the dispelly stuff.
Okay. Are you sending another guard in for your place?
Yeah. As I step out, I'll have one of the guards just temper out, sing with hand gestures. Like,
Yeah. You see another guard walk in and take Valerian's place and stands there still forward. And Valerian leaves the room. You have the two of you for a moment can talk a little bit, and then we'll switch to Valerian scene.
All right. How good are you gonna fight? That's all I need to hear.
Thumbs up from the lizard. I like that.
You hear something that sounds like a laugh come out of her.
So this is a guard and a frost giant?
There's 3 frost giants. One that's down a long hallway, It's like at the end, and then at the doorway, because there's like there's two cages, both 20 by 20. And then there's at the far end, there's a guard that's just standing there next to a wall, and then there's two guards that are standing next to what looks like a door, because basically whenever the ice slides over, it closes and it looks like another wall. But you have all seen it lift out, slide out. You've all seen it open. And every time they do this, it's like they're holding up a stone, and the stone has like some kind of runes on it, and the runes both light up on the stone as well as the wall.
Well, this might turn ugly. If it's anything like any of the experiences I have here in this very weird place, it's always going to turn ugly.
Are the two of you talking quietly about this, or are you loudly? No. Okay.
I'm just expected to turn ugly.
Roll me stealths for your conversation. How quietly you're whispering this. Yeah. Ooh, Bubbles is
but
like.
She has no mouth.
Yeah, Bubbles, you're being quiet. You're thumbsing up. I mean, you can still talk. You just your mouth is not there. It's weird. It's like
no one can read your lips.
Yeah, no one can read your lips. Bubbles is doing great because Bubbles is not talking. Bubbles is thumbs upping you, thumbs downing you. You're like you're talking. You think you're talking quietly, but you're like loud.
I'm loud. I'm Brodalock loud. I wasn't even trying to be quiet. It was just like, it's like, are you good if I expect this to go ugly if it does?
It's not that she didn't have lips. She doesn't have her snout. Her snout's missing. Thaddeus, you get advantage. Roll another. You get to roll again. No, you don't want to roll again? Okay, there we go. Nice.
That was the same roll twice.
Got 14. Thaddeus is more stealthy than Brodalock.
I mean, I would hope so. He's a paper statue that isn't talking.
So
you just
funny.
hear paper creasing, like.
I just love the conversation with is like the lizard just holds out this little paper mache person that's like a gnome, and Mal's or Valerian's like, what the hell are you trying to convince me that this is a gnome? It's like this whole situation is amazing. Is there anything else you two want to have a conversation about, or are you good?
Yes.
Do you want to have like a strategy? Are you trying to strategize, or is that your strategy, Brodalock? That's it. This could get messy.
We should. Last time I got involved with that one, I just point to where Valerian was walking away. My people were raised from the dead, and I had to fight them, and we almost died. So this is if these people are acting how I think they will, it's either we fight for our lives or we lose our lives.
There are three. Cost. Big.
Three beefy boys.
Extra thick boys.
But I have seen things take down things that size as well. Many things can happen. Who knows? All this wild magic that's in here might like smite them down. It might smite us down at any moment. Who knows? This place is unpredictable. My best advice to you is never expect what you think is going to happen. But always be prepared.
Yes.
I can imagine that maybe you're talking to the statue, bonding with it.
Pat.
We're gonna pan outside as Valerian. You walk over to where you see there's this room that's further down. You walk like a few corridors and you turn left, turn right, you turn a little further in this door. You hold up your crystal or your new stone that you have, and there's a purple light that emanates, and the other side emanates purple as well, and the door slides open. You can see 3 cultists sitting around a circle, and on the floor is drawn some kind of interesting, it's almost like a image of the Frost King. It's his symbol that's sitting on the floor around a circle, and there's 3 of them. The 3 of them don't look at you. Their cloaks are going over their head. Their cloaks are all this light ice blue, and then also almost like they blend in with the ice blue that the whole room is made out of. And you just hear all 3 of them say all at once, "Who goes there?"
It's Valerian.
"What do you want?" You hear all 3 of them say all at the same time.
These are the people that I know that do the dispelly stuff,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually, like, there's one on duty, and they go and they, like, just check everybody to make sure people are in their natural form before they throw them in case there's, like, a creature that they're like, "Ooh, that one we want to take out of the cage because we need that for something."
Yeah. There is a situation in the cages that needs one of you.
"What have you done now?" You hear
I
all
have
3
done
of them
nothing.
say.
Don't accuse me of things I have not done.
They all stand up simultaneously. And simultaneously, all 3 of them put their hands in the center. And you see, like, this shimmer of, like, white ice go around their fingers, and then it melts away. And then the 3 of them move separately as they back away. It was almost like they were all connected and linked when they were doing something. And 2 of them stay with their hoods drawn and looking down, and the one on the far, like on your left and the far right, lifts its hood up a little bit. And you can see their skin is like this light ice blue, and its eyes are like ice blue as well. And it looks at you with blue lips that are icically and says, "Okay," and walks forward with you.
Mm-hmm. Valerian would lead her to the... It's a her, right? Yeah.
Sure, we can
To
do
the...
that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, he'd lead her to the cages where and on the way seems like one of the prisoners is missing, a gnome. They tell me he turned into this paper statue. Seems highly unlikely, but you know.
Maybe they were trying to force you into going into the cage.
Oh, I'm not that foolish.
Good.
And yeah, so we'll go.
And I think as you walk for a little bit further, when you say you're not that foolish, and it says good, and it walks a little further and it looks at you, and says, "But you once were. You once defied the king."
Valerian frowns. And he doesn't reply. He just frowns at her.
Silence says a lot. And it puts its hands inside of its cloak, and it's got this like large blue ice cloak, and it puts its arms in the cloak. And the 2 of you walk further in silence. Once you get to the cages, the door, the 3 of you see, or the 2 of you, I guess. Actually, the 3 of you do see this. Even though you're a paper mache, you see what's going on. You heard everything. The door slides open, unless you're hidden. If someone puts you in their pocket or something, then you're not going to see. You can only hear. The door slides open, and the 2 frost giants stand still. They both look, and they see the 2 of you. They nod at Valerian, and the 2 of you walk through. What's your plan here? Just to... You can go ahead and guide the conversation, Valerian, since you've got the authority.
Oh, with the frost giants? Or...
As you walk in, they just nod their head, and you and her walk through.
So, like, Valerian would walk up to the cage. Bring the gnome forward.
Valerian, roll me a perception check again.
Ooh, No idea what this perception check, but spooky.
Hiding my snacks.
I'm hiding my snacks.
Not the snacks.
Okay.
It's the same roll 3 times in a row, guys.
I know.
You've rolled 11. It's great.
You are not rolling that well. That's fine. Cool. Awesome.
Hope it's an assassin that's just coming to kill all these frost giants.
What the heck?
Oh, you wish. You wish it was.
Oh, I do.
I'm gonna roll a perception for this creature or this person as well. No, she's oblivious too. All right.
Who's the foolish one here?
Right? Apparently you guys. Yeah.
Bring the gnome forward.
Bubbles will approach the edge of the cage, Thaddeus, and place him down maybe a foot away from the bars.
The cultist is like, this is the one.
Valerian nods. They claim this is the one.
She kind of leans down and she pulls something out of her cloak and pulls it out. She holds like this paper and she puts her hand above it, and an ice flower kind of like forms. She starts pulling off all the petals of the ice flower, and it starts slowly falling to the ground. And before they fall to the ground, she pushes them towards him, and they kind of attach to his body until his whole body is made out of ice, and then he breaks. And Thaddeus, you are no longer a piece of paper.
You're welcome.
You're back into your normal form.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say I'm now made of ice.
You are even colder than you were before, and that was actually like helping you a little bit, but you have disadvantage on all ability checks.
Great.
Roll me a I think it's gonna be a Constitution save.
Oh wait, shoot. Maggie, I
Mhm.
just remembered I had a nat. Like I look at I just saw it in my character sheet. I had a nat 20 from last session that wasn't used.
Oh, for the perception? Okay.
He had a nat 20 he could use because he didn't use it from last session. It was donated.
Oh yeah, I had a nat 22. So the two of us both see it. Okay.
Oh, I'm interested now.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I'm trying to see.
So at the top left of your sheet, there are, or not top left, it's like, on your sheet, there are, yeah, it's like, do you see the left, you can see all your abilities, or your attributes, you can see strength, etc. Right
Yeah.
underneath proficiencies, there are saving throws right there. You're going to hit your Constitution saving throw. You're just going to hit the word Constitution.
Underneath proficiency.
Proficiency bonus. So on the left hand, go all the way to the top of your sheet. Go all the way to the left. You see your attributes. You see strength, dexterity, etc. To the right of that, you have proficiency bonuses, and right under that is your saving throws.
Okay.
Click Constitution.
Oops, wrong one. Did it work? Oh, I have to pick disadvantage?
You're just rolling it normally first.
Okay, normal.
If you don't save this, you're going to be having a disadvantage. Ooh, that's charisma.
What?
It's supposed to be Constitution.
I know that.
Trying to sweet talk me now, huh?
Okay. Yeah, you have disadvantages on all ability checks.
Oh no.
Okay.
I forgot you're supposed to get a save. I gave you a save last time.
Is this exhaustion?
It's kind of a type of exhaustion. It's a little different because he's slowly getting frozen to death.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so the two of us see, the cultist and you, Valerian, you see this shadow lingering behind Bubbles. It doesn't look quite like Bubbles, though, and it moves a little on its own. And the cultist will look to you, Valerian, and say, "She is not what she looks to be. There's something more here."
Care to reveal what is hidden? Thought they were supposed to be screened of all this illusionary magic before they come here.
I did. I cannot change this. This is not a form of change in the way that I am normally able to dispel. There is something attached to you. And this creature stares at you when it says there's something attached to you, Bubbles. And its eyes are like this icy blue. And it kind of is a little creepy. And it tells you there's something attached to you.
She kind of looks at her limbs and turns around, looking at her feet.
Perception check.
I attach myself to her.
You grab onto her. You don't see anything weird. You're like, looks like myself. And Thaddeus, you can do whatever you want now. You're alive. You're moving.
Yeah.
You're a real boy.
I'm starting a fire.
Okay. You're just in the corner starting a fire.
I'm freezing.
Do I know if that's allowed?
It's fine. Like, it's not gonna do anything. That's why you don't care that they have their magic. You don't care that they have their weapons. Like, they can't do anything in the cage.
Yeah.
It's a magical cage.
I also forgot to mention for both I can't remember your username, Ilara's and Rage, that Brodalock is 7'8".
He's really tall.
Yeah.
I'm 3 feet.
So like 2.5 of you, and you're as tall as Brodalock.
And I think what happens here, unless Val, you have anything else you want to add in there?
No, just Valerian just like stares at the shadow as it moves.
Do you respond in any other way, Bubbles?
She's mostly focused on the two that are present, since she doesn't physically feel strange at all, aside from her mouth. She doesn't really react.
Yeah, this cultist creature looks at you and is like, it is not your body that is changed. It is something attached to you. What is your name?
My name is Bubbles.
Roll a 1d4.
What is your name?
Bubbles.
How old is Bubbles?
She's about middle. So about
Pick an
30.
age. 30? She's now 32.
Oh.
You're older.
Yeah, a little older. And I think that's where we're gonna take a break. Actually, no, there's gonna be one more thing that happens, then we'll take a break. Everyone's gonna roll initiative when we get back from the break. That's what's gonna happen. All right, so we'll see you right after the break. We're gonna take a small 10-minute break. You gotta get up, get yourself some water, stretch, all of that stuff, and we will see you shortly. Bye.
Catch you guys.
Hello everyone, welcome to part 2 of SVK4KIDS, episode 7, I believe. Our first half, we got Valerian to lose their soul because they gave it up for power. Because, you know, a GM offers you a full level and you're like, yeah, I'll take that.
I didn't know it was a full level.
Yeah, you didn't know what it was in advance. That's true. Got a new contract. Amended a contract from their previous contract and got a new one. The other option was you were gonna die.
Yeah, no, that's.
And then we also had 3 of our other characters getting captured again. This seems to be a thing that's happening in this town. Maybe there might be some heroes who might take care of this issue and solve it someday.
Oh, no.
But as we left off, our good friend Thaddeus here turned into paper mache, but the cultist was able to swap him back into his real gnome form. And so let me paint the picture of what's happening here, as we're all going to start rolling initiative. We have Thaddeus in the back who has started a fire. Thaddeus is a little gnome. He started a fire. There's a small fire in the corner. We have up against the bars or up next to the bars is our lizard friend Bubbles, standing there looking at these two, looking at Valerian, actually these two blue-skinned creatures, one that looks almost like translucent, see-through, and one that is more like actually like blue skinned, looking across at them as they just told Bubbles that perhaps there's some kind of something attached to it, and Bubbles just aged 2 years. Next to Bubbles, a little further back, is Rodalock, who stands very tall, kind of looking forward at all of what is happening. Across the way is another jail cell looking thing that has two other creatures in it that are still, like, they look like they're knocked out, and a guard frost giant who is standing at the end, and two frost giants that are standing at the doorway. And everyone is going to roll initiative, and I'll explain what happens as everyone does. There's going to be a surprise round, and then everyone will go into their initiative. So everyone toss your initiative in chat.
I do not.
Does Thaddeus have disadvantage, or
do you have toss that in chat, and then if that's the case, Brodalock, still roll your initiative, but you will get to act in this round as well.
Yeah, I'm making sure. Of course, that's the one thing I didn't add, because it's like I never get surprised in D&D. Let me
No
copy
cheatsies.
Asta real quick.
Yeah, I think he has the alert.
No, it's barrel instinct.
Ah.
All right.
Literally just got it last level, so I also have advantage on initiative rolls.
We are waiting on Brodalock.
Advantage.
Yeah, it's advantage with 3 and 4.
So you get a 4.
Kath, by the way, you could go to the gear and then just set your initiative style to advantage.
Yeah, I know. I thought I hit the year already, and I did not. So I was like, oh, cool.
All good.
Okay. Everyone has rolled initiative. I'm gonna roll initiative for the cultist, and then I also need to roll for.
I'm going to.
Oh, I need to move their sheets. Okay.
Yeah, right here's the ability, Maggie.
Oh, feral instincts. So you have advantage on.
Yeah, that's why I rolled a 3 and a 4.
I was like, I don't think you can't be surprised. You probably just get something.
Wait, additionally, if you are surprised at the beginning of the combat round and you aren't incapacitated, you can act normally on your first turn, but only if I enter a rage before doing anything else in that turn.
Okay. So you have to enter the rage.
Yeah, which, I mean, why wouldn't I?
I don't know, why wouldn't you?
I'm quite angry.
Are you? Are you angry?
I am the anger.
Cool. So, close this sheet. Sweet. So, let me get all these down, and then we will go forward. We've got a 21 from Frost Giant. We've got a 20 from Bubbles. Who's the next after that? I think it's Frost Giant. Giant 2 is at a 14. We have a 10, or we have 12 from Valerian. Valerian with a 12. We've got Thaddeus with a 10. And 6. And Rodlock with a 4. Last but not least, Frost Giant 4 with a 3. Of course. 17. Okay, so I guess for this round it's going to be Brodalock first, or this creature first, and then Brodalock you'll get to go, and then everyone else will go in order. So first and foremost, this creature's going to shift through the bars, and it is going to move forward and touch Brodalock. The strength drain. 19 hits.
But this creature was originally outside the cage?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Because the shadow was being casted outside of the cage. Target strength score is reduced by 1d4. The target dies if this reduces the strength to 0. Otherwise, the reduction lasts until the target finishes a short or long rest. If a non-evil humanoid dies from this attack, a new shadow rises from the corpse 1d4 hours later. So
Do I see this happen?
I mean, yeah, you're in there. You can't act yet, unless you have like a reaction.
Yeah.
Roll 1d4, or I guess I can roll the 1d4 unless you want to roll it.
Maggie, you can't use reactions on surprise round.
Oh yeah, you can't use it
Okay.
because it's a surprise round.
Yeah. Nice. Go ahead and roll it.
Yeah. I'm also going to do damage to you.
Alrighty.
11 necrotic.
Ouch.
Of course. Couldn't get a 1.
Okay. -3 strength, baby.
So now a 13 instead of a 16.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
Okay, and then it's your turn.
Enter a rage. And then I'll just swing at the shadow.
Do it.
Alrighty, so here we go. Of course.
Oh no.
Of course. Now I roll good. Now I roll bad.
Oh my gosh, that's a critical failure.
Oh yeah, I know.
I think is this your only attack?
I have 2.
I think you drop your weapon as you lunge forward as this creature is touching you in front of you.
Dope. Alrighty. Well, then that's turn.
You can, if you have another weapon, pick up a weapon or grab something. But
Punch it.
I threw.
I have a horn.
Yeah, do your horn attack.
So I'm gonna try to stab with my horn.
Yeah, stab with your horn. Oh no, bro!
Well, boys, I'm dying tonight.
I think what happens is this creature is dexterous. It is so dexterous. You go forward, you lunge forward to try to hit it. Something about it kind of like freaks you out as your hand goes through it, and you drop your weapon, and then you go forward to like hit it with your horns, and it kind of slides past you, and your horn kind of like almost hits one of the bars, and you hear this scraping of the bar instead of the creature. And now we're going into the order. The first frost giant is actually going to hold its crystal on the wall the door is going to slide open and it's going to go through. It says something to some other creatures. If does anyone understand Frost Giant?
I don't. Wait, maybe I do have giant. Let me check. I know I have. Oh no, I have common, minotaur, and celestial.
Okay. They say stuff to each other. You don't know what they say. The door closes, or the two of them walk out. The door closes. The door on the gem, Valerian, you would notice this right away. It turns red, so it's like they're purposely locking in this room. The other frost giant, so these two are out. And it is going to be...
Cowards.
Bubbles gets to go first. You are on the other side of this creature, so there's in front of you, if you step like 10 feet, the creature's right in front of you, and you can see that Brodalock is engaged with it. And now you see it's like this weird shadowy creature. It kind of looks like you if you were a shadow.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then it's going to be Valerian next up on deck after the shadow.
And the cultist, she isn't. Is she still there?
Oh yeah, she's still here. Where do I have her? I think I might have forgot her in the list. Oh, she rolled really low. I didn't forget her. She's at the bottom.
She's gonna flank it. Do you have flanking rolls?
I don't really think there's a lot. There's flanking.
There is flanking. It just gives advantage. It's just
okay. It doesn't give you like Pathfinder flanking rolls.
Yeah, all it does is advantage.
Roll me advantage. Check. You are right behind it, so.
Yeah, she's going to. Oh, sorry, I
Ooh.
didn't. Nice.
16. Go ahead and roll your damage with that mace.
Aw.
2 bludgeoning.
Roll.
Is it in a can? You spray.
In roll.
Nice. All right. Yeah, you hit it with your mace, but it doesn't look like it takes much damage.
Okay.
Anything else you got? Bonus action that you want to do or anything?
No, sorry.
She's just really startled. Her frills are out.
Okay. The creature's gonna turn to you as it gets to go next, and then Val, you're up after it. And it's gonna put its hand out and try to touch you. And it's gonna do the same thing to you. 17. Does it hit your AC?
Can I react on
It goes
this?
to touch you, but you don't. It makes contact with your armor, but your armor is like so strong that it just you feel like this ting of like some kind of weird like necrotic damage, but you don't feel the damage. You just feel like this evil force that's touching you, and it's trying to seep through your armor, but your armor is strong enough to not let it go through. And it is going to be Valerian's turn.
Valerian would,
With
seeing like
Thaddeus
this,
up next.
yeah, seeing this like conflict or fight start.
Mhm.
How close am I to the cage?
What?
How close am I to the cage?
You're right next to it. Like, you're right in front of the cage.
Valerian's gonna. How far back is the like wall behind me?
There's no wall behind you. There's another cage behind you. So you're in the middle of the two cages.
Yeah. How large is the space between the two? Like, how far back can I move?
The hallway in between the two cages is probably 20 feet.
Valerian would like step back
Wide?
20 feet. Yeah, to the other cage.
Okay.
And like, I'm gonna use my action to cast Armor of Agathis as my racial trait, so everyone can like the air around Valerian grows thicker with frost and snow as like circles around him.
Nice. And who are you
And,
giving this to, and what does it do?
Oh, I give it to myself.
Oh,
And
awesome.
it gives me 10 health. And if stuff hits me, it hits them.
Yeah, it gets. I think it's the first level, right? So it's 5 temp HP, and then.
Oh
five
no,
full
it's
damage.
second level. It's second level.
Oh, nice.
Nice. All right. Anything else you want to do?
No, that's. I think that's my entire turn yet.
All right. You moved. You did your thing. You don't have a bonus action you want to do, and it is Thaddeus' turn with the Frost Giant, and then Brodalock next.
All right. Am I warm?
No, it's cold in here. You're inside of a Frost
I built
Giant's
a
lair.
fire. I
You
built a
feel a
fire
little
then.
warmer because of the fire. Yes.
Okay. Am I still disadvantaged?
Yes, you're still at a disadvantage. You can roll. I guess at the beginning of your turns, you can roll a Constitution save.
Okay.
It would really be after a certain amount of hours, but
Yep, I got a fire.
I'll let you because you started a fire.
All right. Is this normal or
It's just normal.
crit?
You're only at disadvantage for ability checks.
Correct.
So that, or for skills. It's like ability checks. So anything that requires like a strength check or those types of things.
All right. Well, I rolled a crit on that.
Nice.
I am then going to use my ability to cast a touch spell on Brodalock. Find it. And not add it in here.
What? So unusual in this campaign.
Brodalock's like, help? Healing? What is this?
Ooh.
From evil. Go ahead and read that off for us.
Until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch is protected against certain types of creatures: aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead. What? It's different than what this one says. This one over here says, until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch is protected against certain type of creature. Oh, it's the same thing.
Creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls. So I have disadvantage on attack rolls against Brodalock.
Yeah.
Well, he has to name the creature type.
I don't think I have to name it.
It says all of them against. There's
Wait, shit. Yeah, I misread that. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I don't know if frost giants are those.
They're giant. So
Frost
nice.
giants are giants. So it doesn't help you with the frost giants, but it
might
will help
against
you.
the shadow,
It will help you with the shadow creature thing.
which is
Okay.
good because, dear God.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
messing Brodalock up by taking his strength.
Okay. Well, you have that, so
Brodalock
now,
needs strength. It'll heal over time, but yeah.
so now they have disadvantage against you, or you have advantage against them, resistant effects, or saving throws against their effects.
That's nice.
Okay.
So you get an extra saving throw.
And that's it. That's all I
Alright,
can do.
cool. Yeah, so you kind of like run up behind him and you touch him, I guess, because it is a touch attack. A touch.
Yeah.
So you're right behind him. Cool. So then we've got the frost giant. So the frost giant is gonna kind of walk over to Valerian and be like, say something to you, but I don't think you can understand it unless you activate your thing.
I can't. Yeah, it's an action to activate, right?
And it holds out its arm and a shield kind of activates in front of it. It's protecting
Okay.
you. And you will get coverage, like defense
Is it
coverage.
full?
It's like half coverage.
Ah,
Because it's also covering it too.
Yeah.
And then Brodalock, it's your turn.
I'm going to angry swing at the shadow demon thing.
Go for it.
Alrighty.
The cultist.
The cultist it's not the cultist turn yet.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
it's after me. Nope, that one hit. The second one.
Oh
Two same
no,
rolls.
Brodalak. Oh, Brodalak. Describe to us what happens as you try to hit this creature and you miss.
I mean, it's a shadow. I'm
Yeah.
not used to fighting shadows.
This is true.
You know, I'm
What-
used to fighting demons and other things that have like flesh, not like weird aberration stuff.
That makes sense. Is it unnerving for Brodalak? Is this something that like Brodalak fears, or is it something that angers him, or like what kind of sense? Like, what does Brodalak feel when he is fighting this creature? Because it's a different type of creature than he's ever fought before.
Just confusion, because
Mm.
he's not like, you know, usually when he hits, it's like tangible and he sees like damage. But with the shadow, you're just like, what? Like, I'm hitting where I think it should hurt, but it's like just going through it still. Like, you don't like, nothing lands, you know? It's like, you don't make purchase on anything. It's just,
Yeah, it goes like it's going like through it. And it is going to be the next Frost Giant's turn. The next Frost Giant is going to walk over to the other side of you, Valerian, with enough space for the cultist to kind of go into. It's going to supply coverage for her when she comes over, and it's going to be her turn, and she is going to move back so she's next to you, and she is going to cast illusion herself. Our mirror image.
Ooh.
She's going to cast mirror image on herself. Cool. And then it is going to be Bubble's turn.
Right. Seeing that her attack probably was very effective against this thing,
Mm-hmm.
he's going to Sacred Flame call down some radiant damage. Hopefully.
fire!
Do it.
So that's going to be a DC 13 dex save for you.
Ooh.
Please.
Alright,
What does
so
the sacred frame look like?
dex save. Does it get anything else for dex save? And this is radiant damage. So dex save. Let's go for it. 9 does not save. It's going to take the 2 radiant damage. And this is not like, what's the description of the radiant damage or the sacred flame? It's just fire, right? Well, I guess it's radiant damage because it's not fire damage.
It's radiant. So it descends down and strikes it, and it looks like a whirlwind of radiant flame and wind.
Perfect. And then it is going to be, unless you have anything else you need to add. Good. All right. It is now going to be the shadow creature's turn as it goes to touch you again. With a 7, it does not hit. Oh, come on, creature. At least I got Brodalak once. Yeah. And then it is going to be Valerian's turn with Thaddeus next up.
So, like, this whole scene unfolding in front of Valerian.
Mm-hmm.
What is this? Like, I can't put the word on. Does the shadow seem like what does Valerian perceive as happening? Is this like are they trying to break out? Because they're fighting.
It does
the
not look
shadow.
like they're trying to break out. From your perspective and from the Frost Giant's perspective, I think that two Frost Giants are protecting you and the cultist. The cultist is just like putting up a defense magic, and the kind of like the four of you are kind of standing back there in like a defensive stance.
Mm-hmm.
You're not either on the side of this weird shadow thing or on the side of these three creatures that are fighting with it. So you're not really like.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
If they all die, doesn't really matter. You're just gonna cook them up and eat them anyway.
Mm-hmm. Just thinking of what to do. Sorry.
But you could decide if you want. Brodalock was your friend, I thought, maybe. Or maybe he's not.
He was an acquaintance.
He was an acquaintance.
Yeah, Valerian's kind of just not really sure what are they doing.
You can kind of like pass your turn.
Yeah, I'm just gonna cast Comprehend Languages with the sigil on myself for giant. Yeah,
that's a good thing. Yeah. Yeah. So now you can understand the giants. Did you want to say something to the giants?
No.
Okay.
And
you could say
like he's
command.
He's just Oh no, Valerian will say wait. Like he'd hold up his hand and say wait.
Okay. Wait.
Giant.
Yeah, I think all of them just stand there then in full defense. And then it is going to be Thaddeus' turn with the Frost Giant next and Brodalock.
Okay, so I do this thing that's really silly looking. Like I'm like combat rolling and running over to Bubbles, and
If you run to Bubbles, I get an attack of opportunity on you.
Okay, then I don't do that. I back up or disengage.
Well, actually, how much is your movement speed?
25.
You could actually get to Bubbles without, like, you'd have to like run around and then run back down, and then you wouldn't get an attack of opportunity because you're behind Brodalock. So yeah.
Okay, well, I don't do that anyways. I back up or disengage or whatever, so that
disengage would be like a full action. But you can back up.
She's saying you're not like attack opportunity anyways. You're not going to get an attack opportunity.
Okay, I'm going to cast Bless.
How far are you backing up?
I just wanted to get out of attack. I didn't want to.
You're not in attack range.
Okay, then I'm not going to move.
There's a giant minotaur in front of you, and then the creature's on the other side of it.
Okay, I'm casting Bless.
Nice.
At what level? Oh, I can't do
Bless
2,
is
can
awesome. I love Bless. Such a good spell.
Just so you know, you dropped the other thing you gave me, by the way, because 2 concentration spells. Bless is concentration.
He gets to roll a Constitution.
You can only have 1 concentration up at a time.
Yeah.
Well, let me see what it says.
Yeah, if you have 2 concentration spells, you can't. And other spells can break your Constitution. Like if someone hits you, and you have a concentrated spell, you have to like roll Constitution save to see if you can keep it up. But no one's
Whatever
hit
you
you,
want.
so
Okay. All right. So
you can cast spells that aren't concentration. You just can only have 1 concentration spell up at a time.
Mm-hmm. So there's a little C next to those spells in your book.
Yeah. So what you're saying is if I cast this one, I have to roll a check to see if I keep the other one up?
No.
I
just drop
can't.
the other one. You drop the other one and
So you can only have 1 concentration spell
Okay.
up at a time. If someone hits you while you have a concentration spell up, you have to roll a a Constitution save to like see if you can concentrate. It's a separate thing. Don't worry about that part.
Okay.
You haven't been hit.
All right. Well, I'm going to drop the other one and do this one.
Okay. So drop the other one that was on. Was that on you, Brodalock?
Yeah, it was on me.
Yeah,
Got that.
'cause I think this one's better
Give
anyways.
him the bless. All right.
No, so the other one was gave the enemy a disadvantage against
Mhm.
you. Now he has it.
I get a D4 to do attacks and saves.
Yep.
Yep.
That's helpful. Super handy dandy. Perfect. All right. You have a bonus action that you want to do, or a movement action you want to do?
Nope.
All right. Frost Giant's gonna go, and then it's gonna be Brodalok's turn. And then, yeah. So, Frost Giant is going to actually hold because it was told to hold. Does it have anything it can do? No. It's a dumb Frost Giant. Okay. I was like, can it do anything else? No. It's gonna continue to defend. And then it is going to be Brodalok, and then after Brodalok will be the cultist and the other Frost Giant, and then Bubbles again. Brodalok.
Alright, are you gonna try to maybe hit this thing sometime?
Yeah, go for it.
In ever?
Poor Brodalok. Hashtag blessed. That's all it took. Getting a little bless.
Alrighty then.
Roll me that damage. That definitely hits.
Has Divine Fury on top of it, so 8 radiant and 12 slashing.
Ooh, okay. 8 radiant. Hold on. And then the slashing, it doesn't take.
Bless you.
Ooh. You see a flicker in this shadow as like you slice through it with your great axe. And what does it look like when with this radiant damage? Is it like flaming or holy light or something crazy?
It's like this blue like lightning coming around it.
I love it. Yeah, you just see it slicing through this shadowy creature, and parts of it start ripping apart, and it's finding a hard time like getting its trills back together with its shadow pieces. And you can see that the shadow itself is kind of like, you can see through it more than you could before, and it looks like it's dwindling. Very, very.
Gonna smack it again. Add a D4 to that. Not gonna help though. And 11 hit.
Does not hit.
That's what I thought.
You swing and you barely miss it as its little bits that it has left slide through, and it tries to avoid your slashing.
Yeah.
So
You swung right at the hole that you made already.
question.
Mm-hmm.
I have hammering horns, and when I hit with a melee attack, I can use a bonus action time to shove the creature with my horns.
You can use a bonus action. You haven't used your bonus action yet.
Alright, I'm gonna attempt to shove it with my horns, the shadow, if that makes sense.
Damn shifty wiggly shadow.
Pissing me off.
That's what Super Dan said.
How does shoving work if there's a creature behind the creature?
I don't know if you can shove a shadow.
That's what I was asking. Like, it's
I don't think
you.
the shove part would work. I think the horn damage would work.
It's not a horn damage. I literally just shove with my horns. I don't actually stab it.
Try. Go for it. Try.
It has to make a strength saving throw of 8. Let's see, it's 8 plus. Oh wow, it sucks now.
So it has like immunities to some things, but it doesn't say shove.
If it doesn't have like, it's like, because it's just getting pushed. If it can get pushed, if it has a physical, tangible thing that can be moved, then it doesn't. It can get shoved.
It says it's immune to like grappling. So
Then it'd be immune to this probably.
Prone,
then
being
I
restrained.
think that's the type of grapple.
Yeah, I think like it can't be.
It's not a grapple you're shoving.
It doesn't
but
specifically say that, but I feel like it can't be. So probably.
Yeah.
Not.
What I would say.
Sorry, Brodalok.
That's fine. I'll just suffer.
Sorry,
And also,
homie.
another thing I'm wondering, since Bubbles is like behind the shadow and like in between Brodalok and Shadow, what happens if you shove something into another person?
Oh wait, she's been next to me. I could have had advantage this entire time because of flanking.
True.
Yep.
You are actually behind it, the creature, because it's attacking her. You can re-roll that great axe.
You are generous.
I am
Generous.
am I not merciful?
Oh,
There we go.
I'm
Yeah.
still alive.
Add 4 to that.
All right. 27. This is 27 hit.
Yeah, 27 hits.
Oh.
9 slashing damage.
Slashing. Tell us how you defeat this creature.
Hey!
Oh, no.
Just honestly, the past few days, Burlock has not had a good past few days. He's real tired of all this shit going on. So he just kind of in his rage, he takes the great axe the first time, slashes it with the lightning coming through, and then just kind of like howls, just like screams, like go back from where you came, and there's a big slash in the middle of his axe.
You feel blessed.
Awesome. All right. And we're out of combat unless, Valerian, you tell your people to do anything.
Well,
I will leave it in your control, Valerian. after
yeah,
that.
that's
Yeah.
just a hold. They're not actively like trying to get out of the cage at the moment, right?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, it's up to them. Are the three of you trying to get out of the cage? What do the three of you do after this creature dissipates?
Is my armor still bleeding?
Yeah. Your armor's still bleeding. I think it's gonna bleed for like 6 hours or something ridiculous.
As combat drops, Maggie, I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
I'm also just ability in for chat because Frank is confused. So here, that's the ability, Frank.
So you're trying to sense magic within 30 feet
Yep.
of you. When you look around, you see the faint aura of objects. So all around you, there's all kinds of magic. The doors, the walls, all the bars that are around the cage are all magical. You can see the glint. On the cultists, you can see magic, all kinds of like illusionary magic, like kind of around her. The three of them, if any of them are having magic items, I think there's a ring, there's a jug.
I sure do.
They also have a blessed glow.
And they have like this blessed glow around them. And I don't know if anyone else has anything else that's magical on them.
The armor.
Oh, is someone wearing magic armor?
He meant the bleeding armor.
The bleeding armor.
The bleeding armor is not magical.
Okay.
The blood is
Wild
magical.
Okay.
Okay.
The armor is not magical. The blood is
What kind of magic is coming from the blood?
wild magic.
Wild. Hell yeah. Okay. Oh, and I guess also the lizard's face.
Oh yeah, the lizard's face. Yeah, that's true.
Or the absence of part of the face.
That's true. The absence of the lizard face. The lizard snouts. A little snoot.
So like
Can't boop the snoot.
Valerian will like watch them first to see what they're doing.
Okay,
Larson.
what are the three of you doing as Valerian looks and watches? And this frost giant, so like you guys see on the other side, there's two frost giants in this room, kind of both with these magical ice shields standing in front of them. There's a cultist, and she's kind of like, she looks like she's doing something, and there's some kind of like, can't really see her. It looks like she's like there, but she's moving, like it's hard to see her, and you see Valerian just like standing there, like holding up his hand.
Like just does a big deep breath to get out of his rage, like kind of breathe in, then releases, he calms down, puts his axe on back, in his like little weird sheath, and then just kind of crosses his arm and stares at them.
Okay.
Are you finished?
Are you?
We didn't do anything.
I don't know. All of a sudden, you all up here in the shadow fucking attacks me. So who knows? I don't know you guys. You captured us. I don't know if you're telling the truth. Why are we here? Why are you doing this to us?
You're here because the Frost King wants you here. And I'm doing this I'm simply following as I'm told.
Rodalock, roll an insight check. So grumpy.
Valerian's just like standing like
You
What is-
believe what Valerian's saying.
And does this Frost King just have wanton desires, or does he inform you? It doesn't seem like you're very well informed in this weird organization.
he has his reasons. And I can't just tell people of his reasons.
The answer is someone who doesn't know what's going on.
Oh, I know what's going on. I'm just not informing you. Now,
It's kind of
Like-
does a belly chuckle and then just kind of sits down on the ground.
So Valerian would know when the next part of this whole process is gonna go take place, right? Is it due soon?
You know that this is your shift. There's probably some other guards that are coming. Because they think that there's a ruckus here. So in a few minutes, there are going to be some other guards that will be joining.
Yep.
When do I clock out? When's my shift over?
Yeah.
Yeah, when am I out,
You
guys?
probably still have it's been maybe 15 minutes since
It
you're.
just started.
It has, yeah. Your shift just started. You got 6 more
Just started, and
hours.
there's already huge fight.
Yeah.
Now, you'll wait here until you are needed. Oh, behave yourselves, and let's just say they'll stay cold, which is in your best interests.
Does he still have the ice thing around him?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you see ice kind of around him. You see 2 ice shields around the frost giants, and one of the frost giants turns to you when you're done conversing with the prisoners, and is like,
Yeah.
Should we go back to our guard duty?
Back to your posts. The
Right.
prisoner is having a little fit.
The shields drop, and the 2 of them just march back to their spots. The cultist kind of looks left and right a little curiously at the lizard, and then looks back at Valerian and says, maybe we should keep her.
Do you need her? If you wish, you may take her.
She kind of motions, and one of the guards, the guard that is in the far end, he puts his crystal up against the wall, and there's this button that pops out of the wall, and he hits it, and the gate kind of unlatches, and she moves forward, and she's like, you, come with me.
Can I attack?
Yeah. You get a surprise round if you do.
They're really far away though.
That's fine.
You guys were up against the gate. They're not really far away, unless you all moved and scattered away, right? She's coming up.
I did not move.
You do not move.
Oh
Okay.
no. Valerian sighs from the
cultist
fourth.
is coming up to Bubbles, and Bubbles is in front of the cultist. Rodalock, you're 10 feet away, and then the Thaddeus, you're 15 feet away.
Bubbles is kind of. She sees the frost giants and everything that's on the other side of the cage as a threat at this point, and she kind of cowers a little bit.
You see one of the frost giants goes back to the wall, and then you see the other one go to the other side by the door.
Does I rolled?
So all you see in front of you right now is you see the cultist in front of you, Bubbles, and then behind the cultist is Valerian, probably like 15 feet away from him. Her.
Yeah, Valerian's just standing with his arms behind his back, as usual. Proud.
She puts
stand.
her hand out for you to come with her.
Red Strike shot his crossbow.
I shot
Okay.
a crossbow.
You're shooting
Roll
your crossbow.
initiative.
Okay, everyone roll initiative.
Woo!
Do I have to if I'm not participating?
Yeah, because then you'll just say you're gonna pass your turn.
Go into the corner.
Do I not go?
Oh.
Well, you get to go because this is a prize round. It's just the next round.
So it's 15.
You're at the bottom. Okay, so all of you have gone.
There's no advantage option for initiative. When you click on it, it just clicks. So
Oh, it's on the gear and then on the right side and the center panel. Top center panel. Initiative style. And it'll auto roll from that on.
And then so we've got Thaddeus Valerian. Okay, and then I need to roll for 2 frost giants
And the cultist.
and the cultist. Yep. I know. I'm rolling for them first.
I do not see this initiative. So
I'll send you a pic.
If you
can
click the
change it.
card.
I see it now. Yeah.
So Valerian with a 19. The next person is going to be. What's your dexterity, Brodalock?
1 to 13.
It's a 13.
Yeah.
Okay, you get to go before this creature. Brodalock with 13. And then the frost giant.
Oh, Maggie, how much time has passed since the previous combat ended? Just a few seconds, right?
Yeah. Not very much time, like a minute, maybe, not even.
Okay.
And then it is going to be Bubbles with a 6.
Bubbles.
And then
Bubbles.
Thaddeus with a 0. Okay, so Thaddeus. And you're hitting the cultist with your 19.
No, it's a 23.
Oh, 23. Yeah, you hit with a 23.
All right. Click damage.
Uh-oh. Oh.
That doesn't. What?
You have a -1 dexterity, so it made you roll a natural 1, so you rolled 0 damage.
What?
Crossbows
Negative
are dex weapons, man.
Okay.
Wait, what?
He rolled
He rolled a natural 1 on his attack, on his
Oh,
damage,
no.
and he has a -1 dexterity. So even though he hit, it did no damage.
Right.
Why is this never lucky?
I think you hit for 1 damage. I don't think you can hit for 0. But that's really funny.
Does bless do? Wait. I got an idea.
Bless doesn't do attack damage, just this is attack rolls.
All right. I'm going to imbue my weapon with positive energy.
Oh,
So
Divine
that-
Smite.
So now it's a magical.
Is that a bonus
divine-
action?
Uh,
What type of action is that?
as an action.
It's a
Yeah, you
full
can't.
action? Yeah, you
Yeah.
can attack then.
Okay, what's the other thing?
He's like, what do I
Divine Smite. When you hit with a melee. Oh, it's a melee.
do? He's like, what can I do? All right, you do 1
Oh.
damage. And this initiates the entire fight.
Or we
Question.
can say it did 0 damage and initiative's canceled.
Can't do that.
Yeah,
You
that's
already
not-
shot. You shots fired. You went.
Shot your shot,
Yeah.
man. You shot your
But
shot.
how would you
What-
know
quest-
if they
question.
don't play?
The arrow flings forward, and that's what happens. She does take 1 damage.
Is her mirror image still active?
Yes, it is. So we roll a 1d20, I believe, to determine whether the attack instead targets one of her duplicates. So
Come on, my cultist friend, you could do
roll a
it.
1d20, Rage. You must roll a 6 or higher to to change the attack
No.
target to a duplicate. All right. Duplicate, that's you. Roll an 8 or higher. Oh, so I'm supposed to roll this. So if I roll a 6 or higher, to change the attack. So I,
Right.
1d20, I will roll it on my end.
Wasted.
17. Yeah, you hit one of her mirror images. She doesn't take any damage. But
Was a 0 all along.
was 0 all along. But one of them is gone and it dissipates. It's like, phew. And the duplicate is destroyed. A duplicate can be destroyed only by an attack that hits. It is ignored. A creature is unaffected by the spell if it can't see. If it relies. Okay, cool.
Can I, for a move action, take my bloody armor and then run out of the cage?
You will incur an attack of opportunity, but you can't pick up your armor because that would be like that would be like your action, right? Like to pick it up. Because you already shot. You can do a bonus action or you can move.
Well, I'm not wearing it. I'm just grabbing it as I run by.
Yeah, but I think that takes like more than just a bonus action. I think to pick up armor would be more than a bonus action, right? Pretty
It's
sure.
up to you.
I'm pretty sure
I don't
it would.
think
It's
there's
gonna take a
rule
lot
for it.
more than a bonus action, but you can run out the door. For sure. You're 5, 10, 15, 20, and then you'd have to run left from the door to get towards the other door.
Isn't the other door closed?
Yeah, it's closed. There's a frost giant over there. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, I
You
run
want
out
to
of the
move your
cage.
full action to run over there?
No, I'm just running outside of the cage.
Yeah. 5,
Just-
10,
As soon as what happened is the door opened,
20.
I shot,
25.
and then I ran.
You can move 25?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can either be behind the cultist or on the side of the cultist. Where would you like to be? 5, 10, 15, 20.
Where's the cultist at?
So, Bubbles is standing right in front of the cultist, and the door is between the two of them. And then there's a space between Bubbles and Brodalock, and you were right behind Brodalock. So you can run 25, which would put you right next to the cultist on one of her sides or behind her.
Okay. Behind.
Behind? Okay. I will put you behind then. Cool. And then it is going to be Valerian's turn. Top of the order.
Like Valerian just like watches this and he's like shakes his head, almost in disappointment.
Okay.
It's like, really? And from Maggie, I'm gonna DM you something.
Okay.
I say, don't forget, Brodlock is just sitting down watching this happen. He's not getting up. He's just on the ground, like, oh.
So Valerian like points above you, and a cage made of like a similar or the same material just like drops. It's like just enough to cover, like cage you.
Yeah, it looks like a little tiny ice cage around you. Oh, it's cute. It's a little Thaddeus. Like, is it tiny? Like almost his size.
It's almost his
Aw.
size. Maybe a bit
It's like a
maybe
little
it's like
like a little mouse trap. Adorable. Catching a little gnome. It's a gnome trap.
And then like Valerian points at him. Stand down. Last warning.
Devil's advocate. Wouldn't he get a deck save?
I think he does get a save for it specifically, right? Like,
Oh yeah, since it's falling on him.
yeah.
Okay.
Because Rage Strike's been screwed over a whole lot this
What's the
episode.
save? I know. Let's see.
My spell DC is 14.
Okay. Which is the save for it on the spell?
Oh no, this spell doesn't really have a save roll attached to it.
It does.
It should
Let me
be
look at it.
Dexterity.
Yeah, to avoid a falling thing would be dexterity.
It's an intelligence check. But you have to use your action to do it. So it has to be on his turn. So on his turn, he can. So,
Maggie, check the other. I think the save is because Valerian made the cage fall down onto him.
yeah. But I'm just saying he can
yeah.
look at it. It would be an investigation, intelligence check if he wants to look at it. So no, he doesn't get a DC save for it. Anything else you want to do, Valerian? Besides caging a gnome?
And then, like, he looks at both giants. Be ready. Looks like they're trying something.
Broderlock.
Just gonna keep sitting there, arms crossed,
You're not gonna
watching
do
what's
anything?
going on.
This is your chance.
Not gonna prison break.
Not gonna prison break?
Dude, he just saw like 4 other giant-ass giants walking around. Like,
There's only 2 in the room.
but I mean, earlier he's watching them walking around. He doesn't know this place.
Yeah.
He's not gonna try to run blindly and be a bull in a china shop. No pun intended.
He's a smart minotaur apparently. So he's too
unlike fucking Maya would like to think.
Maya probably doesn't agree with that. So Broderlock, you're just gonna sit there?
Oh yeah.
All right, passes a turn. The frost giant that is on that side hits a button and steps forward over to 5, 10, 15. Over here to Thaddeus, and he can't do anything else. Then it is going to be the cultist turn. And the cultist is going to turn and see that the gnome is in a cage and just like smiles at Valerian, and then puts her hand back out towards Bubbles and is like, "Come with me." And she's going to hold her action. If you attack, then she will attack. Bubbles, it's your turn.
What do you want with? She looks like she's about to take a couple steps back.
To know what you know. You're taking a few steps back? How many? 10 feet?
As long as she's not going to be provoking.
She might, you don't know.
Yeah, she'll hold up her shield, taking the dodge action, but she's moving back.
Yeah.
And she doesn't know.
You don't say anything else?
What I know.
Yes, what you know. And she's gonna step forward towards you again into the cage.
She's gonna look over to Broderlock and look to Thaddeus. Being a coward, as some soft bodies have called me, it's extended my life. And she's shivering a bit from the cold. And she's looking to Broderlock.
You doing anything else on your action? Okay.
Just gonna
Thaddeus, it's your turn. You're in a
Alright.
cage. It looks like the
I-
same cage that you were in earlier.
But it's a small cage.
It's a small baby cage, yeah. It's a
I-
gnome-sized cage.
Would like to use my shield to push up on the top of it to lift it up.
Yeah. Trying to see if he what happens if he does that.
Oh,
I'm looking at it.
If it's an illusion, he would see that it's an illusion. And when he pushes his shield through it.
Yeah, I think you just push your shield through it.
Alright, in that case, I start booking it towards Mal or Val.
You're gonna book it towards
And-
Val? You don't have to book
yeah.
very far. He's like 10 feet away from you.
All right,
Okay.
and I
You're gonna
attack.
provoke an attack of opportunity because there's a frost giant right next to you.
Okay, as my well, just so you know, as one bonus action, I have Sanctuary on me.
Okay. Do you want to toss that in chat?
Sanctuary.
Sort of kind of like
There
a
it is.
leprechaun. So it's only ranged attacks?
No. Well,
An attack
Or
or a
within
harmful
range.
spell. Yeah, within
Yeah.
range.
Okay. Well, it's gonna attack you because you're running away.
okay.
So it's gonna try to hit you with its spear. An 18
It's gotta make
hits.
it's gotta make a wisdom saving throw.
All right,
Yeah.
wisdom saving throw.
What's your spell DC, Rage? It's 8 plus proficiency plus your charisma.
I'm looking at the spell sheet. It says 11 spell save DC.
Yeah.
It saves.
Uh,
Oh, I
So
think I
does it-
hit.
Does an 18 hit?
What's your armor class?
Well, remember you don't
my
have
spell
you have no armor. Yeah.
It's 11, right? Yeah.
And it hits.
Uh-oh.
You're gonna take a lot. You're gonna take 29
Oh.
slashing.
Okay, I die.
We don't die. You just fall over. You're not gonna die. You're not dead yet, but you do fall over. you you push your shield out on top of the cage. You start running, and this frost giant just pokes you with a spear, and now you're like a gnome kebab. As you like
Oh.
slump down onto the ground. And oh no, poor Rage. He gets turned into a mache, and then he gets kebabbed. Oh,
Welcome to season 2.
What am I thinking of? Oh, that's halfling luck. Never mind.
okay. Valerian,
These
it's your
gnomes
turn
are-
again.
Is it my turn?
Someone can give him a nat 20, and
Yeah.
he will just come back to life.
Don't worry. Valerian like just shakes his hands like, I swear. And he looks at Brodalak. At least you're smart. And like he slowly walks up to this gnome on the ground. Like, I
Mhm.
spare the dying.
Oh, you're not dying anymore. Toss that in chat so he knows what that is. Although we back home all know what that is. We've seen that. That was very handy.
Valerian's favorite spell.
Also, you have to roll a d4 to see how many hours till you wake up.
Yep. So roll a 1d4. Three hours.
Valerian's gonna turn to the cage. It's gonna look
Mm-hmm.
Bubble straight in the eyes. Sorry, Maggie, what do I know of what happens to the people that the cultist takes?
You're not really sure. The cultist, I don't know how you feel about the cultist, but they look like they do interesting experiments on creatures. They try to like extract magic and create new magic, give magic to other creatures, specifically the Frost King, or imbue items with magic.
And what happens to the creatures? We don't see them again, I assume.
Yeah, you don't know what happens to the creatures.
Well, not knowing what happens to them is better than already knowing a certainty. So Valerian's gonna point at Bubbles, looking at her straight in the eyes.
And some creatures become part of their
Yeah.
cult, so it just depends.
I,
So I guess some of them you do see again, I suppose.
Yeah. I suggest you go with her. The odds of survival are far more in your favor that way.
Roll a persuasion. And then I will
Womp.
let Bubbles decide if that's persuasive enough or not.
Oh!
9. Does Bubbles
Plus
feel
6, I
persuaded
don't-
with a 9?
Mwah, mwah.
+6, by the way.
Yeah, he gets a +6 and he rolled a 9.
She's going to look past Valerian to the cultist. If I go with you, can you promise me one thing?
I do not make promises. That is for the Frost King to make.
It's so cold.
Yes. I like it. You look at this creature. This creature looks like it's made out of ice.
She grumbles.
I can make it so you like the cold.
Join us.
Mal's like forming an army.
We will overthrow Maya and her sass.
Brodalok, you gonna be a dark paladin?
Bubbles isn't very bright.
Sometimes if you're not sure, you can leave it up to a roll and roll like an int check. I do that all the time with characters where I'm like, I'm not a dumb person, but this is a dumb character and I'm not sure if I'm just playing it like metagaming or if I should try it. Sometimes I leave it up to rolls. I mean, that's up to you to do. But for those of you at home, if you're ever having like a decision you're not sure, looking at your ideals, looking at your personality, looking at your bonds, looking at your flaws, or rolling like a stat can sometimes help you make a decision. If you want to leave it to fate, you know.
Okay.
What was that for? 1d100.
What?
So, Brodalok's coming to the dark side. That's what I'm gathering.
Since that will, if she actually goes through with the promise of making it so that the cold isn't unbearable.
You can roll an insight to see if like that's something, if she's telling the truth.
Is she?
Yeah, she looks like she looks like she's telling the truth and that she can try to make you so that you can be less cold, or that you like the cold more.
Can Brodalok speak up, or is this still?
Yeah,
like
you're not in
initiative
combat
stuff?
anymore. You
Okay.
can all do it. Unless
That's-
it seemed
I was
like you
waiting.
two weren't taking combat like actions, so you're free to.
Cool.
The one, the sassy gnome. I love it. He's so it's like scrappy. He's like, okay, it's my turn. I'm gonna escape. It's such a gnome thing to do. I love
I'm
it.
sorry, Thaddeus. I'm sorry.
The door's open. Run.
At least you're not dying.
And then he just gets like knocked, like put in the cage. He's like, what is
Immediate.
this cage? And then he like runs. He's knocked out. Like, it's just too funny to me.
Valerian did warn you.
Go ahead, Brodalok.
So he just says, I think it's wiser to let your leader decide what he wants to do instead of you taking them. He called us here for a reason. I don't think it's wise for you to.
She turns her head to you while you're talking. You can keep talking, but she turns her head to you, and it's kind of creepy because like the rest of her body stays forward, but her like ice head turns around all the way to look at you like an owl.
Yeah. I think you should let your leader decide before you make such blatant actions without their consent.
You will be food. They will eat you. They will burn you. And eat you. She turns back to Bubbles and is like,
Just here.
but if you come with me, you will have a different fate.
Brodalok, when he
She's
hears
still
that,
holding
you
her
hear-
hand out, her icy hand, or icicle hand. It looks like a human hand, but it's made out of ice, and you can see through it.
How far away is this person?
You are 5'10". You're 10 feet away from it.
Uh-oh.
So, hearing that, Burlock just stands up. He walks back about. Can I walk back 10 more feet?
Back? You want to walk back 10 feet?
Mm-hmm. Walk back 10 feet.
You walk back 10 feet.
Alrighty.
Now you are 20 feet away from it.
Sounds good. All right, it's good. We're getting good. We're getting good. Okay. And I am going to do this on the cultist.
We're rolling initiative again.
Roll initiative again. And I think that's how we're going to end this episode.
Oh.
Don't worry about actually rolling initiative because this is the end of the episode.
Yep, you say he's gonna be food. He's like, all right, well, you're gonna die then.
Why did you tell him? Valerian's like, yes, I've convinced him.
I'm gonna be honest. This cultist is not the smartest. She's not dumb either. She's just
idiots. No, I'm just kidding.
She's very average in every way, other than the fact that when she's linked with the other ones, that they're more powerful when they're all together. But yeah. So. I think she was trying to be intimidating, but I don't think it worked.
Nope.
You triggered him.
Nope.
So perhaps we will see this entire crew with us next week if they're all able to join us. Next week will be on a Tuesday, so it will change up a little bit, which I think, Cathanis, you actually can't join, right?
Yeah, I can't. I can't be here.
Oh,
so
no.
maybe we'll have to come back to the episode after that. Like, swap seat spots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we'll come back to, we'll go to the other people and then we'll come back to this type of situation.
I'm sorry, Thaddeus, you spent most of the episode as paper or unconscious.
I love Thaddeus so much. I love the voice for it too. But of course, if you are enjoying this and you want to see more of it, give us a good follow here on Twitch. And if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the bell, and then there's going to be 3 pop-up options. Click one of those. I don't know. Next thing they know, they're going to have like a pop-up from the pop-up button. YouTube, get it together. Like when I subscribe, I'd like to just be subscribed. That'd be great. And of course, if you want to help donate to the lovely kids at St. Jude, there is a link down below in the YouTube channel. And if you're here, !St Jude, you can still donate. All the donations will affect the next episode. So in this interim time, you can still donate and we'll get things going. We started today off with some donations that came before the stream even started, so it got a little crazy really fast.
Hey, Frank. You have someone to donate to now if you want to support Killing the Party.
Give lots of magic items to Mal. Mal's totally evil character. Thank you, Mal, for letting me have fun with that character. Have fun with that. It's definitely an interesting take on things. So we're gonna do a little bit of a spaceship going around and letting people say where you can find them at, and then of course what their favorite moment was tonight. So we'll start this way with Alaris. Let us know where people can find you at, and of course what's your favorite moment from tonight.
So you can find me on Discord, on Maggie's channel, Alaris, or on Twitter, Alaris22. And my favorite moment, I'd hate to say it, it felt so bad. Poor Thaddeus turning into a paper mache doll.
And falling into the fire.
While he's starting a fire, how much more perfect can that be? I was tempted to be like, your fingers feel burnt when you come back to life.
You wonder why I'm trying to get out.
He's like, let me out of here.
Everyone's evil.
And of course, moving on from there, we have Valerian, played by Mal. Mal, tell people where they can find you at, and of course, what your favorite moment was tonight.
Hello. You can find me on Discord as Mal on Maggie's Discord. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter as Mal2103. But the number one place to find me is definitely Discord. So join Maggie's Discord, guys. It's a cool place. Especially if you're a sub, you have this cool special channel with really cool, very interesting dialogue going back and forth among the subscribers. I rate it 10 out of 10.
Oh my gosh, that channel is so... I don't even know how that started, and we all tried to scroll back to figure out how this all started, and we don't know. It just like has become this thing where everyone just communicates via emotes, and it's ridiculous.
Well, the only real way to communicate. Let's be real here. My favorite part is just playing the bad guy. It's something different. I haven't done in D&D before.
Yeah,
I enjoy it.
I think with such a large cast like this, having people turn and having like an interesting, it's just a cool progression of like seeing characters.
Hopefully the chat thinks I've done the role justice. I'm afraid if you're disappointed in me, I'm sorry. I did my best. I also really enjoyed the whole first interaction with my patron. That was something very flavorful. I loved it.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
It took me a while to like think of stuff to say, but I really, really enjoyed it. It's really well done.
What's happening? I'm glad you enjoyed it. And then, of course, moving on from there, we've got Brodalok, who doesn't need a hand anymore because he's got his own. Played by Cathanis. Let us know where people can find you at. He was armless and legless before the episode started. So I
got glots as well, so don't worry.
He's got them both. He's got them all back. Where can people find you at? Of course, what was your favorite moment tonight?
You can find me at Cathanis on Facebook, at the Cathanis on Twitter. You can find me at Cathanis Gaming on Twitch. And I have a link on my Twitch to everything you can find me on social media. Well, not a link, like a little window, I guess, panel. There we go. And has all my information on my social media presences. And my favorite moment was still all the Thaddeus shenanigans. And also, I just now saw that GIF that Rage Strike linked earlier, where it's from Gravity Falls, where that no just gets caught in like the little plastic 6-pack thing, and that's why I was losing my shit earlier.
I didn't see that. Oh, the little 6-pack of soda can. Yeah, that's so funny. Okay, I'm seeing it now. It's in our cast chat. Oh my god, that's so funny.
I linked it in Twitch chat, I think.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, that was, oh god, I saw that and I was like, Mal's like, yeah, I love being my patron. I'm just over here crying, laughing at the GIF, and it's just, but yeah, the Thaddeus shenanigans are pretty great. How it was unfortunate, but as I felt your pain, as someone who got shat on like a couple episodes back to back, I feel your pain.
Hey, it's for the kids. Wild magic.
Oh no, I know. It's not bad. It's just funny.
Oh my gosh. And of course, last but not least, we have Rage Strike, who plays the ever wonderful Thaddeus the Gnome, or Thaddeus the Gnome. Tell us where people can find you, and of course, what your favorite moment was tonight.
You can find me dead outside of a cage, frozen.
You're not dead.
I saved you. It's okay.
Yeah, but I'm still freezing to death, so I don't know how long it's gonna last. So you can find me at Rage Strike everywhere.
That branding.
Yeah.
What was your
Join the
favorite
internet.
moment tonight?
The very beginning when I wasn't paper mache and had my armor.
Before your armor started bleeding, you mean?
Yes. Before I was kidnapped, I was riding on the trail with my war pony.
Oh, yeah. Tell us about it. You were riding with your war pony off to see the children, off to see this orphanage. That was where you're going.
Yeah.
You took a little break at a vista to take a little snoozer, a little nap, a rooney, and you woke up here.
Yeah.
Where's your pony? You don't know. He
Probably
could be
dead.
alone by himself, or he could be at the dinner table with the frost giants. I'm just kidding.
I'm going to draft the pony into the ice army.
Yes. All right. So that's going to be it for episode 7 of SVK4KIDS Season 2. We hope that you're enjoying it. Next week we'll be actually on Tuesdays, and then we'll go back to our normal scheduled Wednesday. I had to move some stuff around next week to accommodate for some things IRL. So I hope you all understand that, and I'll try to make sure we do some reminders about that. But if you are interested in some more stuff, we have Witches and Spellcraft coming out tomorrow, which is Thursday at 7 p.m. PDT. We are going to have a little bit of a time skip-a-rooney around because of the where we left off with last episode. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. And then, of course, normally you'll see us Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays right here, 7 p.m. PDT, twitch.tv/Margaret Crone. If you are just catching this right now, or you caught the tail end of it, it will be available to subs right away, but if you are not a sub, that's fine. It will be up on YouTube in the morning around 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so it's pretty quick. We like to make sure that it's available to people right away. Then you'll be able to see it forever on our playlist. So we'll see you later. Thank you so much for joining us tonight and for helping the lovely kids. Oh, I should do one more thank you to all the donators. Thank you so much, Khan, for the $60. Thank you, actually for the $70, and then Frank for the, I think you donated, yeah, $90 for the kids at St. Jude. That is amazing. We ended the night at $1,630 towards the kids at St. Jude. Again, I cannot express how much that means to us as a community. We try to raise money every single year playing this D&D campaign, so we really appreciate it. And of course, it goes to an amazing cause. If you haven't ever checked out St. Jude stuff, you definitely should. I get to visit their hospital, fortunately, every year because of St. Jude Play Live, and it is absolutely amazing and a wonderful experience seeing how much they do every year, and I want to give back as much as we possibly can. Thank you all. Liz. Also, if you're here, we're gonna raid somebody, so stay tuned if you're on Twitch.